just wanted a, I just wanted a little foliage. I'm gonna delete this one, but I want it to be a little in the vines. Do I need it in the vines though? Probably not. Okay. Ooh, I like it here. Hi, I'm having a really good fucking night. Like the best. And I feel like before I get into my good vibes, I want to talk about some weird vibes. And honestly, I want to address it like dead on just because I feel like, bitch, the thing that sucks about just being, oh, bitch, the title, we're going to get to it, but I'm not doing the title just yet because I want people to get up in here before I get into the slutted. Thank you. I appreciate. I really want to go black though. Like I feel like I'm done with the orange. Like I love the orange. It's fun, but I kind of want to go back to black. You know what I mean? Like you ever just get a vibe like it's time to go back to black. Rest in peace, Amy Winehouse, bitch. But I'm really feeling that. Slutted out indeed. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are super sweet. No, definitely y'all. Like, but that's again, that's why I want to address some drama in my comments. Bitch, my comments be like 5 people, so bitch, you may see it, you may not. I just want to address it. So, bitch, first, there's a person that been commenting for a long time. I just want to say I appreciate the support for all this time because I don't want to make it seem like I wasn't seeing you when you were showing up and I'm trying to call you out when I see something I don't like. I don't want to be like that. But I do want to offer that there is a person named Star Mac. They've been coming through in the comments and leaving all types of comments that have from time to time they've seemed kind of shady to me. But I've been just trying to be like, okay, and move because honestly, if it seems shady to me and we don't really have a relationship where we're really addressing like I'm just not in that space where I'm about to address everything that's shady. It's like if it seems shady, I'm gonna just make a note, and then if I continue to get notes of shade, I'm gonna be like, okay, and then I'll remove myself. So most recently, they made a comment because I said I watched that Meg and Tory Lanez documentary, and they had said something along the lines of like, "Oh, I hope that like Meg learned her lesson," and I'm gonna be real with you, that shit was weird to me. And like at first, I like liked the comment because I don't want to be shady. Like at first, I liked the comment just because I be trying to like all the comments, show support. You know what I mean? But just trying to be like, "Thank you for coming through." You know, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? But that comment was weird because it's like, why the fuck does Meg have to learn a lesson? Like, like there's just moments where people say shit, and I'm like, oh, so y'all just totally throwing out the systemic racism in it. Okay. Because there's levels to the Meg the Stallion situation that, in my opinion, there's no way for you to be making it seem like she could have did something different. I feel like, sure, we could say, oh, she shouldn't have lied. Babe, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just feel like her explaining why she lied made sense to me. I feel like I know a lot of people who lie to cops, who say things to cops that are not true. I don't know why we have to make it seem like that was a moment for her to have changed behavior in the future. It's like, baby, in the future, nobody should be shooting nobody. In the future, the situation should never fucking occur. What are we talking about? So that was weird to me. I thought that was strange. But again, I liked the comment originally because I was just, again, trying to be supportive. But that, again, that was another moment where I was like, I'm gathering shade. I'm just like, I'm not sure all the way. I'm trying to, and again, I've said this before in videos. Sometimes I don't really be paying attention that deeply for someone to be shady and I'm really clocking it because I'm not, I feel like as I decenter from just being raised by a narcissist and just believing that I had to be the best in any way, like I'm trying to hold that like there will be people that will drag me just for motherfucking having empathy, bitch. Like I'm having to hold that like having empathy for myself We'll have people who don't have empathy for themselves trying to figure out why the bitch that they perceive as lower or worse off than them has joy. Like there are times where I'm just like, whoa, like what you're describing, what you're frustrated by is your own shit. That's what I'm saying. Plus size in Chicago, I hope you're doing well, bitch. All my Capricorns going through something, bitch. But I see us rising. I see our spirit coming up again, and I'm excited to see it. I hung out with an old ass Capricorn last night, and it was a beautiful time. And it just reminded me, like, even though we be going through, we having so much joy, bitch. Anyways, but all I'm trying to say is, like, that person, to me, their comments have been shady for a while. Why the fuck they gonna pop up in one of my comment sections talking about I'm being disrespectful by naming I'm autistic? Between me and you, bitch, I don't mean no shade, but me naming myself as autistic, it marginalizes me. It does not make me safer. It puts me in more harm's way. So I don't know why anybody would claim something that literally means your diagnosis is going to take a long time to get, support is going to take a long time to get, well, your diagnosis and how you participate, or not even participate, how autism shows up in your body is not going to be seen because they're using white people as the sample. So it's just like there's so many moments where I'm like, wow, y'all, like how is naming yourself as autistic harming other people? And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people really can't name what harm is being done, but they are feeling some type of way. I hope people do some internal work and come back and explain like what they're feeling. But like there were two people that were trying to, and they were naming that they were like in the medical field in some way, but it's like, but you're not my doctor first. And then number two, if you don't believe I have autism based on the limited times you're actually perceiving me, one would think that you just be quiet about it and just delete, just unfollow, just leave. Like that's my thought process. It's like if someone is saying that they're autistic and I don't believe them, I wouldn't even share that information because I feel like that opens me up to look wild. Oh, for the socials, I'm glad you're here, babe, because I'm about to get into you next, babe. I'm glad. Okay. All right. Okay, it's questionable that I want to be a part of a marginalized group when I'm already a marginalized person and I see the ways. It's interesting to see autism as a gift. I just feel like, yo, this convo is blowing my mind. But I feel like this is a good moment. Oh, I'm glad you're here. This is a good moment to talk about definitions and how we be saying shit, but we don't all mean the same thing. Somebody had said, "Do you think you could have autistic traits?" And it's just like, that's autism, baby. I'm naming my autistic traits all the time. Why can't I be a part of the community? It's very weird. I don't understand, but I don't have to understand. That's the beautiful thing about decolonizing and breaking free from narcissistic fucking abuse. I don't have to fucking care about how you feel about my self diagnosis. I'm already naming that I self diagnosed, which means I'm already outing that I'm not looking for a medical diagnosis. So your standard for me, too low. Your standard is low for me. That is why we're not connecting. So y'all can say you're a part of a medical field or something, but you're not my doctor. And if I'm self-diagnosing off of an original diagnosis of ADHD, where I was prescribed medication, between me and you, I just wouldn't even comment because I feel like that's medical malpractice. If you are a part of like any kind of medical anything, why would you be commenting on a non-patient that you have never been around in person, you've only perceived online? Right. And personally, it's like fuck the fact that I've already been diagnosed with ADHD, and I've already talked about how a lot of times people get diagnosed with ADHD and it's because of being able to prescribe medication, because there's no medication for autistic people. Like, and I don't mean that to be shitty. What I'm trying to offer is like, for the spectrum that exists, there's no medication to make someone who's nonverbal be verbal. Like you have to abuse them and push them to a standard. That's what I'm trying to offer. I feel like some people don't realize that like not all autistic people can't verbalize our experience. There are so many of us that literally cannot articulate all the ways that their autism is affecting them, but some of us can. And I feel like that speaks to the spectrum, does it not? That some people are nonverbal, some people are hyperverbal. I didn't block any response. I haven't blocked nobody. I haven't been blocking at all. I responded to you. But I did just address you. I was just talking about how like your comments have been kind of like sus for a little bit, and then on top of it, and I'm hoping that like you're here because like you want to address it or whatever. But if not, that's fine. I'm just trying to say that like your comments about working with autistic people, what does that have to do with an autistic person? You don't know. Like I feel like it's a parasocial thing at this point where it's like I do come here and I'm candid, but I feel like y'all want to have commentary on something that really it's like it's your business because I'm sharing it, but like the way you're trying to like invalidate something that I'm sharing with you as if like you're in my life and or are my doctor and or are a close friend is kind of strange to me. I don't know if people are gathering that. I don't know if that's coming across, but like I watch all types of people online and I see people say that they're autistic and they name themselves and they talk about their experiences. I don't ever see people in the comments being strange. Oh, I don't feel attacked. I don't feel attacked. I want to put that out there right now. That's why I'm addressing you. If I felt attacked, I probably would have blocked you. That's the thing. I'm not naming an attack. I'm naming incorrect misinformation. I'm naming misinformation. I'm naming pestering. Uh, I'm naming perhaps medical malpractice because motherfuckers is talking about they in the medical field. I don't know what that has to do with me. Yeah, very strange. But again, I'm not trying to make y'all feel like shit. I'm just trying to make y'all like be aware that like I'm a regular person just like you. We don't all have access to go to the doctor and go get another diagnosis. We don't. Me going to get that ADHD diagnosis, that was done by a parent. I have not been like I feel like the other thing, the other layer to this is like I have been very candid about being houseless, dealing with narcissistic attacks, dealing with all types of bullshit. And motherfuckers in the comments talking about the most randomest shit. Like, yeah, you being disrespectful. Why are you saying you're out? Like, babe, there are so many bigger fish to fry. Very bigger fish. Very much needed to be fried. And I'm not getting it. But again, I feel like I've said this before. The more we become authentic, the more people are going to be like looking at us like we're being weird. So you're a medical practitioner, but you felt comfortable naming that someone who's self-diagnosed was being disrespectful because they need a formal diagnosis. Do you believe being a medical practitioner gives you the license and the hierarchy in random conversations with people who are not your clients to be making diagnoses or invalidating them? I'm just wondering because it doesn't make sense to me. Also, for the socials, just out of the clear blue sky, called me a fucking narcissist because I said I hope you heal, and I'm like, babes, that's the kindest way I could say get the fuck out of here and leave me alone. Like, that's the nicest way, is it not? To be like, I could have hit you with be blessed. I could have hit you with take care. I feel like I hope you heal is the kindest thing. I believe watching videos that detail abuse that multiple people have experienced and are collectively breaking silence on are necessary. Babes, who don't hope any like babe again, people be feeling like shit is so personal, but it's like, babes, how does I hope you heal got you mad? Like that's the thing. I feel like I could have said anything to you and you was gonna just pop out on me. Okay, but what's necessary for Star Mac to share? Like, why is it necessary to invalidate my diagnosis? I would like someone to share that. What's pressing? I want to know. So you're saying claiming a diagnosis as serious as autism, I need to be responsible and factual. Interesting. I'm dead. Okay, but I'm not the. Now what? Can we just like mutually? Can we separate? Like that's where I'm at. Like we don't have to agree, but like why would you want to be somewhere where you feel like motherfuckers is being fake and fraud and fake autistic? Like that's the thing that's crazy to me. If I'm like, oh, this bitch being fake autistic, I would just delete. I would just leave. I would just not fuck with it. I just don't understand the whole point of like addressing me like I'm in good faith, like really fuck with this. Like I don't know what y'all expected. Like y'all expected me to be like, JK, you guys, I'm not autistic. I'm sorry, I'm not. I'm trying to be fucking nice, but I'm also like, what did y'all think? Like, what was the thought process? Because I'm saying people be typing stuff and making comments, but they don't be thinking about what's next. Throwing people away. How am I throwing people away by asking to separate? See, this is the trauma bond parasocial shit I've been talking about. I feel like I've been talking about this for days, have I not? I feel like we've either trauma bonded or have a parasocial relationship that's just not working out, and I want us to separate if it makes sense. Like I'm not enjoying this. This is terrible. Like, can you imagine like you are like finally seeing like your community be candid and rise? Like, when was I supposed to see the other autistics? Like, that's the thing that blows me about y'all being like this. When the fuck was I found? When was I gonna find my fellow Audis? When was I gonna find them? Like, y'all acting like we not actively in a motherfucking great awakening. Y'all acting like we not in Age of Aquarius like shit, and shit is being revealed to us, and we're all getting in alignment. Y'all acting like we not saying free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan, and that shit don't connect with chattel slavery and genocide that's been unfolding here. Like, we're talking about several things. A lot of things are coming out. A lot of things people didn't know before. New information should not lead to this. It should not lead to this. New information should not lead to this. If you don't, if I feel like I said this as well. I'm gonna be sharing new information with y'all because I'm not gonna hide who I am. I have been hiding. It's been hard to be me. It has been. But have I shared that struggle? Fuck no. Cause I thought I was a weirdo. Not to be fucking ableist, but I thought something was really wrong with my ass. Like I was like, damn, like I'm smart, but I'm kind of dumb. That's fucked up. But it's like it's a moment to sit with how some of us be feeling like that. Like that's a real thing that us autistic people be saying, especially the ones that like work really hard to mask and are like eloquent speakers or who dress really cute or like do their makeup a certain way. Like I just feel like that's what I'm trying to say. Word, again, I'm not trying to play with people. I'm just like, I want to address the comments because, like, I don't want to be, like, fighting with y'all. But I also feel like I don't know what the point of all this is. We're not in family. That's all I'm saying. Blizzy Bry. And I'm sure that shit's wild because people with ADHD are not the best with even meeting up with other people. We not even always there to show up for ourselves. So like that shit is fucking lonely. So that's another aspect of this. It's like, bro, I've been houseless, in foster care, traumatized. When the fuck was I supposed to be diagnosed with autism? Like honestly, in this moment, I'm realizing that like I have been trying to avoid this. I've been trying so hard to avoid this. And that is why like I'm hurt because it's like y'all have no idea what it's like to be trying to like be what like people tell you you should just know how to be and then realize like, oh, I'm not supposed to be that. And like start going towards like where you're supposed to go. And have people tell you like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Like that's literally how we be feeling the whole time. And like we have to fucking justify everything we do. And it's so fucking crazy. It's so fucking crazy, like not to be ableist, but it's so like it's very bizarre. Like how we have to like we spend so much time trying to be holistic that when we that's what's hurting me. That's it. Like no shit. Like that's just what's hurting me. Like I just feel like it's taken a long time for me to accept like I am different in a way that like people don't think is cute and funny, and like it's hard. Here's the thing, you disagreeing with my self-diagnosis, like why do I need to know about it? Like that's what I'm like not understanding. Like what's the point? I don't want their apology. Like here's the thing, apologies from people that are like not like they're not showing like empathy, self-reflection, I'm good. I just feel like I want to name like we should probably not connect anymore. Like I don't really feel like y'all comments are welcome here anymore, and that's how I feel. I just feel like the lack of like empathy in several situations, because this is like not the first instance that I've had to like have a moment with both of y'all. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't want nobody to fight y'all or be mean to y'all. Please don't engage them in bad faith. Let them go. Let them go. Like that is part of fucking like decolonizing, is realizing like some people are not going to be with us. Like that is okay. And I don't mean that to be like fucked up towards the people that are not with us. I'm saying like those folks, they will find folks that will align with them. They will. Peace out. Because honestly, for the socials, when you told me that like my housing here is gonna fail because based on patterns you see, and you tried to be like, oh, I'm being loving, like that was weird as fuck. Like I'm sorry, but like sometimes like I don't know if people really think about what they're writing, but I'm a person who has gone through multiple traumas. Why plant a seed of like trauma coming for me again? Why say that? Like I just don't understand people. It's like, did I know that like that last situation was gonna turn crazy? No. Who the fuck knows that like things are gonna go bad for them? Like that is such a weird thing to sit here and say. I don't give a fuck. Let everybody get to outro. Plan for the future. How? Like this is what I mean. Y'all be on some bootstrap shit and be trying to be covert about it, and it's not covert at all. If you're not showing up as a support, be quiet. Like if you're not showing up with empathy and love and kindness, be quiet. It costs nothing to just be a witness. Nobody's running. I'm sitting right here talking directly to both of y'all, and I'm asking y'all very kindly to just let my ass go, cuz I don't feel like y'all are valuing me in community. You're not valuing me. Your standards for care for me are too low. I'm not just a content creator. I'm a person on this earth just like y'all. Like my internet presence is not anything of what it was. Like I'm not out here constantly posting entertaining. That's not happening. I'm going through a lot of shit. If you don't have nothing for me that's like abundant and loving, leave me alone. It's very free. Absolutely. It's really no shade. Like again, I feel like people really want like me to be like really caustic and stanky like I used to be. That bitch is dead. Like that bitch really is dead. And I don't mean it to be like fucked up. I still carry her inside of me, right? But it's like I don't need her. Like I do not need her. Like I stay trying to not call that bitch because there's no need. Like, I'm not dysregulated. I'm talking very clearly to y'all because I'm not trying to be disrespectful just because we don't agree. But if y'all are being disrespectful, just go. Like, again, I love everybody that wants to stay here and wants to kick it. I don't think y'all all have to agree with me. But if you tell me that you believe that you're autistic, have ADHD, have a complex childhood trauma, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like you need. Oh, did you talk to a doctor? I'm not gonna treat you like you're disrespectful. Like if you're able to get that diagnosis, cute. I mean, listen, I hope that people see my growth in other moments. Like in this moment, this is not like trying to flex on people. Word. I hear you on supporting me, but I feel like it's very unsupportive to just, what up, just Mocha? I feel like it's unsupportive to just like dismiss my self diagnosis. I just feel like nobody just like randomly says I'm autistic. Like I just feel like you're not seeing the disrespect, and you also are showing that you as a medical practitioner have not been listening to autistic people who have been talking candidly about self diagnosis and why it's necessary. So I just want you to gather more information. I have no desire to fight with nobody, especially if you're in the medical space and you have access to more information, new information, in fact, information that you are not going to get from a doctor. You're going to get it from the patient, who y'all do need to be listening to. And that's where I'm coming from. Exactly. I feel like people are weaponizing like how long they supported me, not realizing like the support is always appreciated, but that doesn't give you license to treat me like shit. Just because you're a fan of me doesn't mean I get to treat y'all like shit. What the fuck? If y'all like me, why the fuck would I treat y'all like shit? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. If I like you, if I'm fucking with you, why do I treat you like shit? Like, it doesn't make sense. So it's like I'm trying to add up the information, trying to ask myself, am I hurt by what was said, or what was said hurtful? I'm trying to ask myself these questions, bro. Listen, they're dramatic, and that's okay. It's okay to be dramatic, have a dramatic outro. Like, that is fine. Again, I'm not trying to demonize people. We've all been wrong. We've all been insensitive, have we not? Let's be honest. We've all said some things to people that, in retrospect, we're like, I cannot believe I said that shit. I still have flashbacks, so I'm not trying to like kick them on the way out. It's really not that, but I'm trying to offer, like, a lot of autistic people do feel like shit about not having the paperwork. We already feel like shit about not having the paperwork, but I expected people who have been here for years to have the emotional intelligence to be like, this bitch hasn't gone to a doctor. Why would this bitch have gone to a doctor? They're literally trying to get their life off the air mattress. You know what I mean? But like that lack is clear. I'm hearing it and I'm just getting away from it. And that's just that on that. Babe, I'm telling you, once you cut off your narc mom, anything is possible. Like, I was really worried about losing somebody who was not even there. So now I'm just like, if people gotta leave my life, that's okay. Like, I'm really okay with it. I used to be worried about it. But now I'm like, nah. Because people be leaving to make way for bigger connections, deeper connections, new connections. So that's where I'm at. Like, who knows who they're gonna find that may be like, you know what? I got the diagnosis from the doctor, but turns out after I did more research, I found this, and I went to the doctor and asked for a differential diagnosis. There's a person on Instagram. Their name is Joel Beaverell. I wish I remembered their name. Damn, my other phone fucking dead. Type in differential diagnosis on TikTok. You might be able to find it on YouTube, but definitely on TikTok. But he is a black doctor who highlights things that black people need to know in the medical space. And so he was uplifting another creator. I don't know their name. But they were talking about how when the doctor gives you a diagnosis, or rather doesn't give you a diagnosis and like sends you home, you're able to say, well, what's your different differential diagnosis? So they have to do work to tell you how they came to the fact that they believed you didn't need this or that care that you named. And they have to do extra work to explain what they did to rule out like all of those other possibilities. So you're able to in real time catch your medical practitioner engaging in malpractice, engaging in lower standards of care for you as the patient. And these are things that I'm paying attention to as I name myself as an autistic person. I'm aware that there's a different standard for non-white people, and I feel like I've said that in almost every video I've done where I talked about being autistic. I've said that like the way autistic people operate when we're non-white is completely different and underreported, and a lot of the information a lot of fellow autistic folks are getting is from fellow autistic folks. Like, a lot of us are making content about what we're experiencing. A lot of parents of autistic children are making content about their experiences being the parent of an autistic child. Like, and I think that that's another aspect too, is like there's so many children being spotlighted under like the autism awareness, and like younger people, that like I do think that there's going to be a lot of older people who like pop out at some point and like let it be known that they're here, you know? Yes, Camille, thank you so much for sharing that. Cause I've been waiting to go to the doctor, but I've been remembering that because I'm like, bitch, I'm about to get me some motherfucking care, and I'm recording my shit too, cause like we're not playing games. But like with all that being said, I'm never like trying to be like I am the advocate for autism that y'all need. Bitch, never that. But I am a late in life like person who is understanding themselves as autistic, and like it's okay if people don't agree. I think that like for a long time I didn't agree either, so that's why I like have empathy for y'all, because it's like, yeah, you know, like when people perform like they're holistic for a long time, like it can be hard to like hold that like it's not necessarily just burnout. Like there's also like autistic burnout where like you're burnt out in a particular way that again is not necessarily like ever validated in like people who are non-white. Absolutely. But yeah, I'm paying attention and trying to be really intentional with how I'm communicating, because again, like I don't expect anyone to like watch my old content and be like, who's this like I understand that there's like a difference in like behavior and demeanor, and so all I can do is just try to stay as clear as possible, but I also know that like the way I was, or the behavior I was operating with, was extremely narcissistic and self-centered and very much like like willing to like hear, listen, just be accountable. So I feel like in ways like I know that like there's gonna be a version of me in people's minds that like they're going to be talking to maybe forever, and like I just have to hold that as like a part of like the internet and the parasocial phenomenon of like being online. But all I can do is just try to like be authentic. And I feel like for me, that is addressing the comments that hurt my feelings and that I wanted to like just name. And I'm glad the people that made the comments came in and were like, okay, I'll dip on you. Cause like, I don't want to like fight y'all forever. This is so weird. Like, we're strangers. I don't want to be fighting with strangers. That makes me so sad. Like, what is our real beef? What is the history of our real beef? And I feel like that the energy that I was getting in the end was that like these are folks that are in the medical space that are like annoyed that maybe like the medical space is not the defining line, the end all be all, that like maybe they paid a lot of money to like be able to tell people shit, and now people that didn't pay any money have access. I can understand the frustration, but I don't understand it at the fucking patient. I'm not like someone trying to like tell people, hey, you might be autistic, you know? Yeah, like again, I don't want anyone to feel like they should leave. Like that's not the spirit of the chat to me. But I also feel like if it's distressing you to hear me speak, if it's making you feel like I'm shady or like I'm lying, whatever the case may be, just go on Lipstick Alley. I have a thread. Honestly, there's people that hate me. Connect. You don't have to come here and hate me. Like I swear, there are places online where people don't like me. Find it. Like I'm on the Keeping Up with the Kardashians snark Reddit. That's where I go. When I see some Kardashian shit, I'm like, ooh, they roasting these girls. Let's be real. Sometimes, you know? Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got a hate thread. Absolutely. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't feel like it's that bad. I feel like there's some crazy shit in there, but you know, let me not say that, because I feel like the last time I was in there, it was actually insane. But I feel like before it got insane, it was like, oh, I'm just saying, we all need a place to go and like laugh at, hate watch, the whatever the fuck. Like, come on. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm like, absolutely, absolutely not. Woo! But yeah, no, like again, we're not like, who's perfect? Who's perfect? Nobody. We all have places on the internet where we go where we're maybe reading some crazy shit, some shady shit. That's fine. But yeah, I don't need that over here, babes. You're sweet. You're sweet. I listen. At the end of the day, there may be a new one now because I have a new internet name. Like I just feel like, whew, I don't know. At one point, they said I was running from child support. It was crazy. I was like, I don't even have a baby. Yeah, yeah. Just Mocha, I appreciate you for asking me how my day is. Deadass, I literally came here in good spirits, but I feel like I wanted to address the bullshit before I got into the shit that like has me happy. I shouldn't say has me happy. I just want to say I had a good experience and I did some, you know. Listen, listen. It's a lot. It's a lot going on, bitch. It's a lot going on. But I'll say this. I feel like for anybody who's watching me and who's like, oh, like, you're whatever, I don't care. I don't care. Like, and I also want to say this. This is one thing that actually hits for me. Whenever we think we see some shit in people, we're really seeing shit that's missing. And I feel like ever since I heard that, that has me sitting with like, damn, I don't want to like talk to people like they're a narcissist or like again, have I named narcissistic behavior in people and called some people narcissists? Absolutely. Was I right? I don't fucking know. I'm not a fucking doctor. Like shit be seeming like shit to me. I could be wrong. And so that's why I'm just like, you do not have to believe me. Like, please don't. Like if it's not hitting, do your thing. But yeah. And when I say people hate me, I just mean like some people don't appreciate my internet presence, and that is okay. That's healthy, you know. Some people don't like Julesy. Some people, I've seen people really hate on Kim Foster. Yo, Kim Foster has a hate page on Lipstick Alley. Kim motherfucking Foster, bitch. She don't do nothing, girl. All she do is like create content and just be beautiful. She literally bothers nobody. And she got a hate page. That's how I know. Like, it's like, babes. Like, sometimes I'd be like, why do you hate these girls? But it's like, it's not like people aren't hateable, but it's like, these are motherfuckers online. Just like posting, like, I don't know. Just to me, it's funny to me. Because it's like, you kind of like them a little bit. If you're watching that hard to go find some hate on them, like, to go talk some shit. Like, let's be real. Let's work it out. Right? I'm like, who hating on Kim? But that's what I'm saying. Not to compare myself, just to say every person who creates content, there is somewhere online where people talk shit about them. That's just period on that. But I just feel like for me, like, go discuss my lack of autism with people on the internet. Like, go discuss that with somebody else. Because I don't know what I'm going to be able to give you in terms of that. I'm going to keep on saying I'm autistic. I'm never going to stop. I'm never going to stop. So I'm going to always make you mad. Just leave me alone. That's where I'm at it. Anyways, I want to talk about how... I'm so sorry, bitch. So, this is just like a stupid little thought tail, bitch, because my ass... I just haven't had dick in a little bit. You know how you haven't had dick in a little bit? And so you're just like... You know, you get a text, you're like, I might just slide through. So anyways, he was like, I'm gonna send a card. I was like, oh, I'm instantly with it. Cause I'm like, bitch, I'm not leaving my house, like, for real. Like, so how's this happening? And so he sends a card. He's like from Puerto Rico, staying in this like community. I don't even know what to call it, bitch. It's very much like boarding house vibes. Like, it's very much like everybody lived there together. Not suck a bitch toe, bitch. Suck a bitch toe. Bitch, you're so funny. Oh, just Mocha, thank you for saying that. I really appreciate you. Like, sometimes I feel like one person will be in the comments like saying something and I'll be like, oh, thank you, because like sometimes it just takes validation of one other person. You're like, okay, like, we're here, like, this wasn't, I'm not isolated in this experience. So I'm glad that that happens for you too, because it happens for me here. Like, people will say some shit and I'm like, sibling. But yeah, so bitch, this man lives like in like a Hey Arnold house. Like, it's like a bitch got a pig up in there, bitch. I'm lying. But like, it's very Hey Arnold, you know? And so when I got there, okay, also I should also say his name is Omar. And bitch, he does have an accent. Bitch, he's Puerto Rican. Rican, bitch. Rican. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. If you don't get the joke, it's okay. But yeah, he lives in a Hey Arnold house. Girl, it was funny as hell. Like, first of all, like when I got there, like, bitch, it was so chaotic. Like, I felt like I was like in a sitcom of some sort, because I was like, this is bizarre. So anyways, I get there. And I pull out my weed, I'm about to smoke it, and then he pops out in the front. And like, just a backstory on Omar, like, he, Abidi Bidi, exactly, Eric. He like had hit my line, bitch. He a white Puerto Rican with motherfucking hazel eyes. I'm not gonna lie, bitch. I don't usually see it for the J-Los. I usually don't see it for the J-Los. But when he had popped up and we was talking, I was like, oh, yeah, Sagittarius. And they're always fun, are they not? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go over there and see what's up. So we went we went to I get there, I pull out my weed. He's like, oh, let's like, bitch, I don't want to be dramatic, but he had an accent, bitch, and I kind of want to use it, but I'm trying to be dramatic. I'm not trying to be like fucked up, but he was just like, oh, let's go into the back, like, let's like he like a very heavy accent, bitch, and at times he would just start speaking Spanish, and I was like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, bitch. I'm about to get a translator because I'm some motherfucking big. I'm some sugar mama and poppy. I don't know what he be saying all the time, and I be like, I don't like how you said that. It wasn't giving loving. Like, what you be saying, bitch? So, lowest of keys, bitch. We about to be on some Exploradora. We about to be motherfucking getting it. We about to have motherfucking Google Translate open every time while we fucking, just so I can keep the minutes. Cause this motherfucker be saying all types of shit. And I'd be like, a knock to the moon. Let me stop. I'm so sorry. But anyways, moving on. Not Biggie from Baddies, bitch. Puerto Rican. Bitch, I'm crying. I mean, I don't know. I've not been watching Baddies. I'm gonna be real with you. Yeah, he very much, yeah, like, bitch, I'm not trying to be funny on him, but he be still like trying to change the words still. And he was trying to say I could not fathom, but he said I could not phantom. And I was like, what you mean? He was like, I could not phantom. And I was like, you mean fathom? He's like, ah. And then he pinched my toe, and I was like, you a grandfather. You're someone's granddad. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that people are here that are old enough to get my references, because I was a little bit worried. You know, I'm in my 30s. So I'm like, I don't know who's here. But anyways, so listen, he's cute. He's cute. But I want to say celebrity doppelganger. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he's on. He's 36. So he's like young. He in construction. He construction worker. So he like dumb strong for like no reason, bitch. And between me and you, I know people won't get mad, but I see a little bit of the tism in this one. But then again, bitch, I actually see ADHD because he was like, anyways, I'm not gonna go into it. But anyways, so he's 36. His name is Omar. He's from Puerto Rico. He told me that he got here because Vin Diesel. Less head. Cause you know how Vin got that minion. It's no minion on top, and he got like the way his hair is like. It's like very much like 19, like hot emo boy haircut, like the layers, bitch, like low key, almost like anime villain, but from Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? Like Boricua. That's what he say. Anyways, so moving on. Moving on. I feel like exactly no forehead chunk, great hair. I wish I had a celebrity doppelganger. Honestly, I'm sad that my other phone I didn't charge it for real. Cause I showed a picture to my friend Royal, and Royal was like, "Ooh, he is Caucasian," and I was like, he really is, bitch." Cause like at one point we were talking about motherfucking anti-blackness, and he was like, "Yeah," he's like, "People think that I'm white, but then they hear my voice and they're like, oh," and I was like, "Well, that's xenophobia." And then this is going, you know what? Let me not. Let me not, bitch. But we had a conversation, and he did not know what the Underground Railroad was. And I was like, you know what? I don't know who in Puerto Rico would even tell you because you are white looking like, but he was like, oh, my father's darker than you. And I was like, but you, okay. But then I'm like, you also are not American. Like, y'all, like, he was saying that, like, he ain't even, and I was just like, wow. Not me randomly telling someone about the Underground Railroad. But that was happening. That happened at one point, bitch. And again, I feel like between me and you, that conversation only happened because I'm over here trying to explain what it is to him. I don't know. Like I named it and then he gave me this look and I was like, oh shit. I was like, Portia, it's not a railroad underground. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I could see in his eyes. I was like, he knew about slavery, but he did not know that there were people like trying to help enslaved folks out of enslavement. Like, he never knew about that part. And I was like, wow, what do they be teaching in Puerto Rico, bitch? I don't know. But yeah. But I could see on his face, I was like, oh shit, he really think it's a motherfucking, he thought there was a trains taking the enslaved to Canada or some shit. I was like, oh fuck. So that was the thing. I had a lot of weed. Don't worry, I was protected. I was very high in that conversation, so it didn't hurt me that much. But it was just like, whoa. I didn't think I was gonna be your seeing eye bitch. Like, whoa. I'm sorry, but that episode of fucking Real Housewives haunts me. Like she was like, how? She's like, is this where the train? Oh my god. I was like, Portia. What a moment. Um, yeah. So he's really attractive to me, bitch. Cause, bitch, let you see him, y'all be like, this white man, again. I feel like he has character. You know what I mean? Like low key, he looks like he could have been in Uncut Gems. You know what I mean? Like he got villain looks, but he very soft. But also, bitch, Scorpio and Sag Stellium. Aqua Rising. Sag Sun. Scorpio Moon. Venus in motherfucking Libra. Sweetie. Sweetie. Oh, Portia's gorgeous. We love her. Yeah. Yeah. That's a great segue. She great gowns. Beautiful. She's beautiful. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Fuck, I hate that I can't remember her name. Kennedy Davenport. When she was talking about some white queen on Drag Race, she was like, but she's beautiful. Shit kills me. Um, the Scorpio moon, bitch, indeed, bitch. My ex had a Scorpio moon, bitch. I was like, ooh. How do we meet? Bumble, bitch. We met on Bumble. He got the number like very quickly, and then like we barely spoke, and like, but when we did speak, we were talking about mushrooms and like all types of shit. And so I told him I would trip set for him because, like I told you, bitch, he live in a motherfucking Hey Arnold house. I'm thinking money, bitch. I'm just like, okay. I'm okay. Because he got all types of roommates and shit like that. People be moving in and out real quick or whatever. And so I'm just like, bitch, I might be able to be the plug for the spot. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm going to trip sit you. Because I was like, at first I was moving too quick. And then I was like, you know what? You don't even know about mushrooms. I got to make sure you even know about them before I even like do all this. So I offered a trip sit for him because again, I've been trying to get into trip sitting because like it's a thing. Like people get paid to do it. It's like a real thing. But you gotta find people, man. You gotta get out there. You gotta get business cards. My friend Royal was like, "Bitch, where's your business card?" And I was like, "You're right. God damn it, I love you, Taurus bestie." So what up, Jen M? Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so I went to link with him because he wanted to take a mushroom trip, and so that was the whole point of this. And like I told him on the phone before I even got in the Uber, I was like, I'm not fucking you. I was like, I'm gonna spend the night because you're telling me that you have a very adult shitting schedule, and so you're gonna take a shit at 5 a.m. I'm gonna give you the dose, and I'm gonna hang out with you until you don't want to hang out anymore, or whatever. And so he's like, bet. So I also told him that I could kill him and that he should be careful because if he tries to fuck with me, he could be dead. So listen, you just want to let these men know immediately, like before the Uber even gets there, like, don't fuck with me. I'm dangerous. I have a knife. And so he was like, I'm hearing you. He's like, I have no expectations. Like, that's what he kept saying. I have no expectations. And I was like, okay. So also, bitch, before I got there, he was like, honestly, he's like, I'm gonna order dinner. He's like, so tell me what you want from this restaurant. And I was like, okay. Sagittarius daddy vibes. I was like, Sag daddy over here telling me to make sure that I have my dinner order ready for the link. I was like, bitch, this is what I like. So I got a fat ass motherfucking steak sub, bitch. It's been a minute since I had a fucking steak sub, bitch. It was good. So, anyways, and he got me the fries, bitch. I didn't even ask for fries on the side, bitch, because honestly, I'm not a fries on the side of a sub, bitch. Like, that's just not me. But I wasn't hating. So, anyways, I I get there, the food is already ready. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'm doing my best. Yo, and he be listening to fucking Bad Bunny too, bitch. And he was really trying to have an intellectual conversation. He's like, I know Bad Bunny's like a fuck boy, but he has some music that's not like that. I was like, "Mm, I don't be listening to that shit, so put it on. You know, put the lyrics on, and I'ma see. Like, that's all I could do. But we immediately upon linking went to go smoke before we got our food. And so we're smoking, it's cute. And there's like a place to smoke inside or whatever. And then all of a sudden this older black man named Mr. Rick shows up. And Mr. Rick is like an older early January Capricorn. And like he's smoking a Jeter, he's having a good time. And then there are like these two older black women who like are living there as well. And one of them was like, and like they're using a different name for him. So I'm like, oh bitch, I got his government. He's giving people like he's telling people his name is Axel. Which I'm not gonna lie, bitch. I'm kinda crying. Like I said, he has like anime villain energy. I totally see him as an Axel. I see it. Anyways, but everybody like when I'm there just smoking, chilling. And also I already told y'all, I told him I'm not gonna fuck him, right? And when I first seen him, I was like, he's cute. I almost was like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. Almost. I almost felt like I should have said that. But I was like, you're a cutie. So, anyways, we're all chilling or whatever, and all these people keep on mentioning that like he had just cooked like an amazing meal, and he was being so modest. Like he was like blushing. He was like, and he just kept like being like, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't even like really like, oh, thank you. He was just like, oh, stop, you guys. Like, oh, he's like, I'm so glad that I could feed for you guys. He's like, I'm so glad I could cook for you. And I was like, you be cooking, and it be tasting good. Okay, all right. So it was just giving like he is like a man for the people, and I was just like taken aback. I was like, okay, people are just raving about this man's meal. So at some point, this random white man showed up, and we're gonna call him Doug, just because. And so I could kind of tell like Mr. Scorpio Moon. Scorpio stellium actually, like 3 planets in Scorpio, 3 planets in Sag, like it's wild. His whole chart is kind of different. Um, like Venus in Libra, Aqua rising. I want to say Sag Mars. Yeah, Sag Mars. Yeah. Anyways, so Doug, the random white man, he pops up, and I can kind of fucking tell that, like, just based on all the combo that's happening, like, the white man, Doug, is, like, actually trying to, like, get at me. And it was kind of funny because, like, he, like, was really being mean as fuck. I mean, let me just finish the story and then you tell me, bitch. Because between me and you, I feel like I did way too much. But I'm like okay with it because I'm like, I had fun. But do I expect like for us to like kick it again very soon or vibe? I feel like I probably shouldn't kick it with him. I don't know about him trying to kick it with me, but I just feel like there were just moments where we were hanging out and I was just like, damn, like I feel like I felt like I could only really be there as long as I maintain like certain behavior that I've been telling myself I want to stop. Like it was like weird. It was like at one point I told him I was like, this feels like another drug I would need to maintain. And I feel like that's something to remember. You know what I mean? So, anyways, so like this white man was trying to like roast him, and like it was like real nasty, like real nice nasty. Like he was just like, oh, he's like, I had some of that food you made. He's like, do you think, he's like, is there anything that you would have done different? And he's like, no, not really. And then he's like, oh well, he's like, it seemed to me like you parboiled the the chicken too long, and it was kind of rubbery, like the way you prepare it, like was just like dragging this man. Keep in mind, there's already been like 10 people at least that I don't know that just were walking by that were like, that food you made was crazy good, oh my god. Like somebody like popped out of nowhere and was just like, oh, he made sweet potato salad. Like I never had a potato salad with sweet potatoes. Like people were just gagging for him. And so this random white man was just trying to really just talk shit. And it was just kind of like, white man, like, are you okay? And so at some point, the white man started being like real extra and started talking about how it's the end of times and nothing matters and we need to die and do. No, Doug sucks. And so it was just funny to me because like he was over here asking me weird questions, and it was just like, Doug, leave me the fuck alone. And then at another point, it came out that like he had failed a test recently that he needs to do some sort of coding degree or whatever. So he was like, yeah, I'm retaking it tomorrow. He's like, I failed by 1 point. And it's like, okay, everything's adding up to me now. Like you're feeling defeated, so you want to kind of fuck with other people. What I don't like, I get it, but it's like, damn girl. And so honestly, I kind of like squared up with Doug a little bit because I was like, Doug, I was like, if nothing matters, then like, why are we not gonna just have fun? Like, if it all ends, if we die, like, if nothing really matters, then like, why don't we like make pleasure matter, joy matter, like love matter? Like, if nothing matters, if we're all gonna die, who cares? Then why not enjoy ourselves? Bitch, sky's the limit. Where were you? I wish I could have tapped you in, bitch. Listen, I basically was like trying to ask him like, if you're gonna be miserable no matter what, why not at least smoke some weed and eat a snack and shut the fuck up and be nice to people? I didn't say it like that, but I was just like, if nothing truly matters, like, then why don't we fucking invest our time in fucking support and love and care? You know, if it doesn't matter, if it's all gonna burn down anyway, let's focus on harm reduction. And he was not feeling me. He was just like, I'm not a nihilist, blah blah. And I'm like, bitch, you're such a nihilist. You're talking about the world about to blow up, the sun about to blow up. I'm like, honestly, I was like, I just seen a video. I'm so shady. I was like, I just seen a video online about how like some people are like, they're so spiritually disconnected that they're just like, they're waiting. They can't wait for shit to blow up. Like they're like, I can't wait till the end. It's like, bitch, we're here. The fuck are you? What else? What more do you need to wait for? Like, what the fuck? Whew, like those people be blowing me because I'm like I'm sorry, but just like imagine being like, nothing matters because that sun about to explode. Like I'm just like, what a way to live. But then again, there's people that eat chicken skin as like a protein. So all types of information out here, right? You could be doing anything. You could be doing anything, bitch. You could be doing sidebar. Speaking of you could be doing anything. I feel like I've talked about this before, but this just came up for me again. There is a community of white people who believe that Asian people are the superior race and they are trading in their Caucasian phenotype to look Asian, and they're like hyping up the future. They're like China 3K. They're like in year 3000 it's gonna be China is about to go up. It's really scary. So that's all I'm saying. Like anybody can think anything these days, right? Why not think about eating a snack, masturbating, and treating people with respect? I feel like that's very it's low stakes. Yeah, no, they're trying to look Asian now, y'all. Don't worry. Black folks are slightly safe. But no, it's real, bitch. I don't know what you have to type to find it. I lost it and I'm grateful, but like it's a whole community. It's like not even just Reddit. It's like a Discord server, several Discord servers of people being like excited for the Asian superpower. Like they're like English colonial powers have been being shitty for so long. We're ready for a new contender. Like I don't it's weird. Maybe. Sleeves, I appreciate you for saying that. Maybe so. I do not know what those mean, but thank you. Now you wish they would move on to the next race, Kita. I'm crying. Yo, I know a lot of people who want to be Korean. Jenna, if you need a prayer, definitely ask, for folks to keep you in theirs. There's folks that pray. White folks always need a leader. Absolutely, absolutely. But okay, getting back to the story though. So Doug was being stanky, and honestly, when I was dragging him, I was like looking around. I was like reading the room slightly, but I was just like, bitch, I don't really care if people don't like me. Like the dude that I'm meeting with, Omar, like he fine or whatever. But these are strangers. Like if a white man is annoying me, like, and if I don't feel safe to talk some shit, this ain't the place for me, man. So, anyways, I look over at Omar. He's smiling like fuck. He's like, yay. He's like, I'm glad you dragged his ass. Not Bad Bunny, bitch. So I want to say like at some point he was like, "Do you want to go eat?" And like the thing is, I was having so much fun laughing and carrying on that I like did not eat my food until it was cold as fuck, and I felt kind of bad. Bitch, we can call him Axel, Omar Axel, Omaxel, Almar. He don't really exist to me fully, bitch. So we got a couple names. Oh, Jenna, I'm so sorry to hear that. Listen, I'm really hoping that y'all can like get support around like healing, but also resources, supplies. If y'all need to do a flyer, please reach out because like when you're sick and the baby's sick, who taking care of who, bitch? What the fuck? That's a lot. Oh no, the food was cold as fuck. And here's the thing, like I was just like chopping it up, bitch. Like I can't help it. Like I was just having a good time. Like I was chilling with an older Capricorn man, and that shit was funny as hell. Cause I just feel like the older Capricorns we just get sillier and sillier, and just get more and more like just blunt and direct, but in a way that's like manageable. Like it was just funny talking to him, cause he was just like, "I bet you learned some shit." I was like, "Absolutely, like all the time, like every day." Like it was just a very Capricornian combo. It's not gonna make sense to y'all, but anyways, so the white man eventually left, but he was trying to make people feel bad. He was like, "Oh," he's like, "I can't smoke no weed." Cause I gotta do all types of shit. Bitch, why we smoke like 14 joints? Listen, motherfuckers is rolling up. I just happened to be there. But after like 14, he was like, "Oh, let me hit it one time." I'm like, "Bitch, you are literally faded off the room. The room is literally gray." And you talk about something, "Oh, I'm gonna hit it now." Bitch, okay. So, anyways, so I'm over here trying to fucking network. I'm over here trying to get my shit together. And I wanna say, oh, what up, Cappy? Hey, the Caps. We are great. We are lovely. Damn, you're super welcome, Jen. Sending nothing but love and healing vibes, but please reach out for a flyer and direct support, cause, bitch, like prayers do be helping, but resources be like attacking the sickness. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. Um, but yeah, so I want to say like as soon as we went to go eat the food, I was kind of shook because bitch, honestly, I've been bad about eating, which is awkward to talk about as a fat person because I feel like I'm trying to tell people like I've lost a lot of weight and it's like stressing me out, and they're like, and it's so shady because it's like I get it, like you don't think that I'm like too fat or you don't think that I'm small enough to be worried. I get it. But as someone that has been a super fat bitch for a long periodically time, it does feel wild to have your pants like slide off your body. Like that feels weird. That's not a typical thing for me. Like I've lost at least 30 to 40 pounds like in the last like 3 months, like off of just being poor. And so that's just been hard. And also sick. Like when I was sick, I definitely lost majority of it. But also poverty, bitch. So it's just been really frustrating for me. I've been really upset, and I've been really just trying to, So, anyways, bitch, I'm over here trying to eat and living. See, and Kita, that's the thing. Like people do not hold fat people, non-white people. Like I swear, have an eating disorder or just disordered eating, and not be white, and people be like, like ranging from like what's wrong with you to get it together, like weird shit. You're lying, and it's like, bitch, who the fuck will want like oh, absolutely, bitch. Absolutely. I mean, but here's the thing. It's not even just being broke. Have y'all seen the price of wings? They want $4 per wing these days, bitch. Like, it's getting real ridiculous these days. Like, I'm not even fucking with chicken no more. I don't even feel like I can fuck with it. I'm eating tuna, bitch. And I'm pretending I'm eating shrimp and chicken mixed. I'm eating shricken. Okay? I'm not even getting shricken. Exactly. But anyways, moving on. So I did the thing where I like barely ate, and then bitch, when I started trying to eat, bitch, and bitch, my whole butthole was farting, bitch. Like, you know how when you just be like, not, you haven't ate, so now your stomach all, and then you farting, bitch. There were so many moments where I was like, where I would do like a spin fart, like away from the bed, because like he would go somewhere to go do something, and I would just be like, I would try to get all my farts out. That shit was wild, bro. Like, bitch, the wildest one was like he had left, but I had forgot like how long it was, how long he had been gone. But then I remembered I had a crazy poop like inside of me that I had been suppressing, and so I went up to the door, and I did a spin. Yeah, there was a window, bitch, but it was cold, so I like did a spin and shit, and the fart was like a spin fart, and then when I sat down I like farted like deep into the mattress. I'm so sorry for telling you all this. It's fucking wild. But I was just trying to like disperse the fart. Because again, it's a lot. Why as soon as I sat down and farted like crazily, he like comes in and he's smiling and he just walks into a poop cloud and don't even say nothing. I was like, that's a gentleman. I'm sorry, bitch. Like, I was just like, there's no way. There's no way you didn't smell that shit. Like, I literally farted a wall of fart and you walk through it. Like, just, there's no way. You ate it. You definitely tasted it. I'm so sorry. I was just sitting there, like, right, like, you're a gentleman. Like, you didn't even care. Bitch, at one point, I'm jumping into the story, but we were hooking up, and like bitch, I definitely farted like crazily, and he was like, "Calm down," and I was like, "Not you gonna tell me to calm down, bitch?" Nah, he's a good man, Savannah. Bitch, y'all are silly. Listen, he got a little bit of manners, bitch. Venus and fucking Libra, bitch. They know how to act. So, anyways, so that was happening. I had so many farts, bitch. Like there were a couple that came out, and I would just be like, I would just start laughing. Like if I farted, I'd be like, oh, but in my mind, I'm like, that is one of 347. Cause bitch, that steak sub, man. That's the thing about getting a steak sub. It's not why was I farting? Steak sub. Definitely not. Definitely not. Pussy fart don't sound like that. Nah, it's like because the butthole is pinched. It has the timbre of a fart from the butthole, the booth hole, the butthole. I'm sorry. Anyways, so yeah, I was being disgusting in this man's space because again, he's living like Mr. Kakashka. You know what I mean? It's like boarding house. Like everybody has like their own room, but the kitchen is shared and the bathrooms are all shared. And I was just like, okay, this is cute. We're here. But it had a little bit of Hogwarts vibes, like lots of hallways, very much like moving staircases. It was kind of scary, bitch. And one time I walked into the wrong room and I was just like, because nobody was in there, but it was still scary, bitch. They were still scary, a scare factor. Anyways, so I want to say that how do I even preface this? When I got there, we were talking. This is gonna stop. Listen, this is another way that I know I've lost weight. I was comfortably able to fuck him on a twin size mattress before you dragged me. I did not know about the twin size mattress until I got there. I assumed, like most people, that he would at least have a full size air mattress on the floor. I assumed that. At least a full size air mattress on the floor. At least. I did not expect there to be a box spring. I did not expect there to be a frame. I was just like, at least big enough for a fat bitch. So when he told me that we were about to be trying to fuck on a goddamn twin size mattress, I was like, oh. Again, bitch. If I was not dickless for as long as I was, plus had lost weight and became emaciated and could fit on a twin size bed comfortably and fucketh someone, things might have not happened this way. But they did. And I feel no shame. Here's the thing. The metal frame was sturdy. Very sturdy. Very sturdy. I was the little spoon. The plate was small, clearly, but I was still the little spoon. I want to say that, it's been like the best sex I've had in a minute, but I feel like I haven't had a lot of sex this year, period. Um, Here's my thing. I feel like dudes, I feel like I need to start asking people like what their sleeping arrangement is. Cause like I'll say this. I told him I wasn't gonna fuck him, and I also like he was on mushrooms, bitch. So the plan for me was to not hook up with him. But I want to say after we ate, he had already tripped, but like not even like he just like he did under a gram, so it wasn't like he had like a real trippiana. Like he was just feeling great. And so after he ate and the high came down for him, because like when you eat mushrooms, when you eat after taking mushrooms, like it unlinks in your stomach. And so after he was like coming down or whatever, I want to say that like we were gonna, I want to say that like we had like a desire to cuddle with each other, but then at some point he touched my titty ball, and it's just the rest was all history, man. Like I can't explain to you like how important it is for my titty balls to be touched, like in a sexual experience, but like that reality, that moment, that vibe, it was everything. Bitch, listen, the twin size bed was next to a very big window, so I was using the window frame for leverage. Honestly, I'm very proud of myself. Like, for someone who hasn't fucked in like a while and like who literally does not stretch every day, I was quite limber. Like, I was really fucking him back, man. I was feeling great about it. Like, there, bitch, and also, like I said, like, he's from Puerto Rico. He speaks like very fluent Spanish. And this man was like, yes. I feel like we've all fucked with a man for too long and he wasn't giving a shit. Absolutely. That's why I'm getting away. But yeah, so he fucked the shit out of me, bitch. It was crazy. Like between me and you, I was like trying to see, cause it's like you know the skinny people, like the people that's built like a cigarette, like they be having a lot of dick, and it's like you never could tell, cause they be packed away, they be tucked. Like when he was getting dressed, I was like, okay, cause I see you packing the dick away. Cause like there was no way to know, and I kept looking like all night, and then when I finally seen it, I was like, bitch, woo, dick was dicking. Very very impressive. Like it was so good that at some point I started having testimony with this man. I started sharing testimony. Like after we fucked, I was like, you know, for a long time I just been looking for some dick, good music and good snacks and just a chill vibe. Just thank you for that. It's been a long time. I've been out here in the cold for a very long time and looking for this kind of experience, and I'm just grateful to have experienced it. Um it's been a long time. You know, I haven't had sex since August, which I feel like is not true, but I literally can't remember. Like, I want to say it was August, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I literally was just laying things off my heart. I was like, honestly, it's been a lot of fools out here. It's been a lot of clowns. Not you though. I was like, honestly, I was like, this dick is great. Like, I was just trying to sing his praises. Also, bitch, he was saying shit in Spanish. Also, bitch, he kept calling me mommy, bitch, and he was like saying it like genuinely. I was like, sir, you better calm the fuck down with that. But it was hot. Honestly, I had a great time. I had a great fucking time. It was pretty great. I want to say I fucked this man like 10 times in 24 hours, which is. I don't feel like I've ever fucked that many times in one day. And I did have one day where I fucked somebody like mad times and I did not get to 10. And I still thought it was excessive. But, bitch, it was crazy. It was like every time bitch, Cascada, every time we touch, it's like as soon as he touched me, bitch, it was on, bro. It was so fucking hot. And we just kept on like saying like sexy things to each other. It was so sexy. Like he was like so communicative with me. At some point we started talking about trauma. He shared some really fucked up shit with me, and like the thing that sucks about him, or not sucks, but one thing that I don't like is that he'll share something really traumatic. He'll be like, I'm gonna say something very traumatic, but I don't really want to talk about it like that. And I was like, then why are we bringing it up, girl? But him bringing up some certain things to me, I was just like, like, I don't know. It's like sometimes I be wondering why men say certain things, certain times, certain places, certain ways, and that's what be fucking me up. Um, I don't know, man. Like he has a goal and a dream in life, which to me sounds really cool, but between me and you, I really don't know this man that well. The sex was bomb. The sex was really bomb. Also, like the place that he lives at, like is hiring for like a manager, so I'm looking into that. I asked him too. I was like, if I got a job here, would you be weird? He's like, you gonna be weird? I was like, I'm not gonna be weird, but would it be weird? And he's like, I'm not gonna make it weird. So I seemingly have his blessing. But yeah, no, we had a very good sexual experience, but I really don't know that like we're supposed to be more than that. I also want to say like when he Ubered me home, I hit on my Uber driver. So I just want to be candid. Like I'm not really like fucking like delusional anymore about like, oh, the love of my life. Like no, I feel like if me and somebody vibe and we fucking it's good, like that's great. But I'm not like reading into shit too deeply. Like I'm letting people show me like what's real. And so far, that was a real sexual feast adventure. Um, my pussy is literally broken. Like not. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Not the way I said that though. But no, like for real though. Like he fucked the shit out of me. Like when I got in the car, the Uber driver was like, "Oh, are you coming from the bar?" Like, bitch, he thought I had been drinking for the night, and I was like, "No, I've just been thotting." And he was like, "Oh." And he did not engage. I was like, okay. But in the end, he still gave me his number. So I was like, "Ooh, you a little thought too?" But he was telling me about like some Afrobeat festivals and shit. Yeah. Oh no, bitch. He ripped the lining out this pussy. Like this pussy. Whoa. Wow. Like the whole time we were fucking, I was like, bro. I taught him how to masturbate me. Whoa. Like you ever teach someone how to touch your pussy like you do? Amazing. Like, bitch, I got him fucking learning my special move and then fucking me at the same time. And then he's like one of those people that be watching the dick go in your pussy and be like saying shit. I'm like, it was crazy. It was amazing. Bitch, I loved it. But yeah, again, do I think that that's like realistic for me to be doing again? Fucking no, bitch. Like, fucking no. Like, again, like, it was fun as fuck, but it's like, it was so not sustainable. Cause, like, bitch, like, we both smoke a lot of weed on our own, clearly, and when we're together, it's worse. And, like, that was kind of stressing me out, cause it's like, man, I don't wanna smoke that much weed no more. Like, I like smoking weed, but I don't wanna smoke that much. Like, as much as we smoked. Like it was kind of like, whoa, like what's happening here? Hmm. I'm just trying to pay attention to my behavior, bitch. And like I just feel like at some point I was like, man, I don't know if we could maintain this connection. I really wish like I could meet people and like feel like my healthiest self, but like I did not feel my healthiest self. Like to be honest, there were moments where we had like really great conversations and I was really grateful for how they went. And then there were moments where it was like, damn. Like he made this like weird remark about how like he likes that I don't wear makeup, and I was like, that's a red fucking flag, you silly goose. And so I had to drag his ass respectfully. Like, he's trying to bring up Alicia Keys. Sidebar, bitch, why in the morning after you fucked me, he started playing the Alicia Keys Tiny Desk? The Tiny Desk. And I was like, and my friend Royal was like, bitch, he emotional. She's like, he feeling emotions. I was like, bitch, calm down. I love her though. But nah, like, he definitely was like trying to like give me a compliment off of like not wearing makeup. And I was like, pause, because we're actually about to talk about it. And so we had a whole combo where I was like trying to explain to him that like women have to become in our society. Bitch, he was bugging. But I'm like trying to explain this shit to him, and don't get me wrong, he said the shit, and he was like, I don't know, maybe it's like some toxic masculine shit, and I was like, so it's like he be thinking he be on the right track, but then he be saying silly shit. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know that it makes sense, because it's like I know that like he may transform and shift. Um, but there were moments where I was like, damn, I would have to teach you, I would have to educate you so much to fuck with you, you know? Like I'd have to do a lot, I feel. And again, him saying maybe I'm wrong is great, but you're older than me, bitch. Like, I need you to like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like he doesn't like, I don't know. I'm not trying to judge him too harshly. I feel like that's coming across regardless. Like, I'm just like, I'm attracted, but I'm not attracted. Right. I'm not attracted enough to put myself in anything like too taxing. Like, that's where I'm at. But yeah, no. Like, he's hot. He got a nice penis, great penis, amazing penis. The way he talks about my pussy, love it. He's 36. Yeah, he's definitely fun. Like, definitely fun. Um, do I want to fuck him with a toy next time? High key, yes. But there's a part of me that feels like there's other things that I'm not sharing with y'all. And if I'm being real, I'm only not sharing them because I feel like if I shared them, y'all would be like, nah. And I'm not gonna expose him. I'm just gonna be candid that like there's other things that I was like, hmm, hmm. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But we definitely had some moments where I feel like both of our trauma was activated, and like we both shared some very intimate traumatic moments. And like I don't know that we're trauma bonded or nothing like that. Personally, because I feel like he doesn't allow himself to be that emotionally open. Like he very much is like says something very emotional and then kind of runs away, so avoidant, but at the same time like very familiar. Not scat play. No, bitch. I just feel like on some like his life in Puerto Rico, there's something like I'm gonna say not there's something, but there's unfinished business in his past that I'm kind of just like maybe handle that. Um, but yeah, no. I feel like for me, it's like there's a past thing that I'm kind of just like, and then I also feel like the way that he brings up traumatic shit is like not working for me because it's like he told me something like really emotionally like whoa, and like he shamed my reaction, which was like to hold his hand and be like you didn't deserve that. Like he was just very much instantly, and it's like this is the second time someone's done that where they tell me something happened to them when they were very young that was very fucked up, and like my reaction is like whoa, like that is not okay. Like I'm hoping that like you know that like the standards for you are very low. Like I know that not everybody's gonna like fucking hold that, but I just feel like his energy was just very much like ha ha ha, and it just triggered me again because there's people that like they get violated in a particular way, and then they like look at everybody else like we're crazy because we're like, oh, that is like you gotta talk to the lady. That's what it was, you know. He gotta talk to the lady, and I don't think that he's really ready. And I feel like the thing that sucks is like he got some great dick. Don't that be the way? Be having some great dick. a great sample of dick. I love this dick, obviously. Just a great sample of dick, but everything around it, the meat around the dick, be off. Ain't that sad, bitch? It's sad, huh? Catfish. You already know, bitch. Um, but yeah. Again, sometimes a dick is just a dick. And, glass half full of dick, kind of vibe. Like, I'm happy that the dick happened to me. But yeah. Oh, the most. The most. And the thing that also sucks is, like, I could tell, like, he's emotionally, like, just, not able to be full. Kita, here's the thing. I feel like the way that he was talking to me, he told me straight up that he's a bachelor. And I was like, bet, me too, bitch. Cause like, girl, but I also seen like, okay, another like red flag. I seen a white bitch as his profile pic on FetLife, and I was like, why is your profile picture this random white lady? He's like, oh, he's like, that's my friend. He's like, we're not together no more. I just haven't changed it, and I was like, that's fascinating. But he did ask me about role play. Like he's kinky. And I'm gonna be real with you. I was thinking about it. Like I feel like that's the only way I would kick in with him again, to be honest, is if he would do like some rig shit on me. Cause like I have a desire to get tied up kind of cute. Cause like some of these little tie up, like some of these little, I don't have all the terminology, bitch. It's not my kink. But like I like the idea of him like getting some cute rope and like tying me up and taking a cute picture of me. I love it. But also for my pet life, bitch, cause bitch, honestly, you never know. You never know. But yeah, so he's into some shit, and also like, I feel like this might be TMI, but trigger warning for like SA mention. We had a conversation about being sexually assaulted. Like both of us have experienced that, and like we were talking about like our sexual desires and how like in some ways, and I was more talking about this for myself, but like like, and I feel like this is such a random thing, but like I was introduced to sex by like the son of my mom's boyfriend, and like I had no idea what he was doing to me when he was like sexually assaulting me, but I literally was just like in my mind I remember being like, this feels good as fuck. And I hate to say that because I feel like that like perhaps betrays like how people see victims like when they're younger, like as like, I don't know, I don't want to say I wasn't a victim, but like I was also like noticing that like orgasming was like part of maybe like my regulation. Like I feel like I said recently that like my biggest stim toy was like my vibrator. Kita, I appreciate you for saying that, and Nini, I appreciate you for saying it as well. Like it can be a hard thing to like talk about this shit, so I'm sorry if anybody's triggered genuinely. But I just remember like having a moment where I was like, I know this is wrong, but I also am like, I'm liking it. And then I think from there I like started like actually actively masturbating, but I feel like there was never any like combo about what I'm doing or what's happening. So yeah, like, but just name that like now, like I feel like I like the idea of consensual non-consent, but I'd be a liar if I said that like the consensual part was like fixed. Like there are definitely times where I feel like maybe because of like someone breaking my boundaries when it came to sexuality, I am now like interested in that for myself. I don't know if anybody's got to that point or thinks like that. Like I could be off. But there are times where I'm just like, man, like when I was with the man that I'm telling you guys about, like there were times where like I would not necessarily say no, but I would perform no, or I would be like trying to like push his boundaries to see like or not even that. I try to like set boundaries to see like what he would honor or respect. And they weren't real boundaries that I had. They were just like performative ways to be like, I'm still powerful, if that makes sense. Because I could tell with the way he was treating me sexually, he really enjoyed having like power in a particular way. Um, oh, Kita, I appreciate you for saying that because, you know, the shame that you carry like from that experience, and then also the ways that you have to keep the secret, and then also the ways that you have to like just the hiding of it, like all of the things that like you have to do to not get caught. And there was a time where I got caught, like he was like openly like molesting me like in front of his brother, and like his brother was like saying what was happening, and like they were actively like the brother was actively like be quiet and like shaming him for like being for talking and physically trying to harm him. And like it's just such a wild thing to like remember all of that shit, because again, like you, as a kid, you're trying not to get in trouble. Like that's why you're not talking about it. You're trying not to get, like, you are pretty sure you're about to get in trouble. Exactly, Kita. Like I just knew in my heart of hearts that my emotionally unavailable parents were not about to see how I was a victim, how I was being hurt. Like there were multiple moments before the molestation where like I literally was just seeing my mom be like a boy mom, you know? Honestly, Kita, you are. Also, is it Kita or Quita? Because I don't want to be fucking your shit up. But nah, telling you that you're a liar is so fucking wild because it's like you you want the children to tell you what happened. Like whenever older people be trying to shame younger people for being honest, I'd be like, damn, you don't want them to be honest with you? You don't want them to feel safe to say like something happened to me, I've been hurt? You don't want that? Like I'd be so worried for people like that. I hear you. I hear you. And that's where I'm at too. Like I feel like fuck shame. Like honestly fuck shame so hard. Cause there's so many of us with so many stories to tell. And like I pray that you allow. Oh, okay, Kita. All right, Kita. But yeah, thank you for telling me. But yeah, I feel like there's so many of us who have stories to tell that are fucking like, when I say wild, I just mean like things that should not have happened to us. And until we get to that point where we're like, we didn't deserve that, and we also do deserve to break silence, it can really feel like this is your shit to carry for the rest of your life. Hey, not your twin, I'm dead. Well, shout out. Shout out. But yeah, no. Getting back to what I was saying, like when me and him were talking about essay, like it just felt like his energy was very much like, oh, you know, I was a victim, but I'm better now. Like, I was assaulted, but that's okay. It don't matter too much. I'm still okay. And it made me sad because like honestly, like I can tell like he's done so much. Hey, Megan, I appreciate you for coming through and just saying what you said. I can tell that like he does think deeply, and he knows he has things to unlearn. He knows that, and I love that about him. But if I'm being super honest, I feel like there's one major red flag that again I don't want to fucking talk too much about, because if I fuck him again, I don't want it to be like, bitch. I don't want y'all to try to drag me. Honestly, bitch. Like, that's like the only reason why I'm saying it. Because I'm like, am I going to be strong enough to not fuck with him? I don't know. But I do feel like having the red flag he has is like a pause for me. That's just bad on that. But I do enjoy him. His penis is so nice. And honestly, bitch, he was very much like so generous with me. Like honestly, like I just kept checking in with him because again, I was there to trip sit him, but then it turned into like a very sensual, sexual, like We were touching each other, like we were massaging each other. Like we did a massage trade. Like he was rubbing my feet, I was rubbing his feet. Um, he was, oh my god, dude, he gave me an amazing booty rub. Like, bro, my booty, and that's another thing too. Like I've been losing weight and I've been gaining booty, and it's kind of crazy. Like I have not had a booty my whole life. I've been very square shaped. So now all of a sudden I'm getting booty, and people are acting a fool. Like people are really, people are, like I've had my booty like grabbed recently, and my booty ain't never been grabbed. I'm like, damn, is this what it's like to have a booty? What a wild time to be alive. Bro, so all these years I was protected because my booty was little and secret. But now my booty is out, bitch. And it's getting wild. It's getting wilder. But honestly, bitch, I was feeling bomb. I was feeling bomb. I'm still feeling bomb. I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm very excited about like the masturbation memories I'm gonna have later. Because, bitch, whew, the way we were fucking, bitch, it was like just some feral. Like there was bitch, there was scratching. Oh my god, I scratched the fuck out of that man. I feel bad for whoever like fucks him. You're Kita, you're very kind, but like my booty has always had like a teardrop. Like it's always been like a little, a flat app, literally a flat dap underneath. But I feel like my booty is coming out. Like, you know what I mean? Like you ever just have, like I just feel like my booty is out now. Like in a different way. Like I feel like I've been trying to twerk, and my twerk has been, it's been twerking. He like it when I twerk it, twerk it. Bitch, y'all remember Lady? I can't even lie, fuck better when I'm drinking ride dick like a pro, throw this pussy like a famous. Anyways, wait, what made me stop what? Oh, definitely. The booties be dropping. Lady was a queen, indeed. Booties be dropping. I feel like booties drop after 30s. Absolutely, because all my through my 20s I didn't have no booty. It was very very tiny, and now I know I got a booty. Like I be standing in the mirror like, cause I ain't never had a booty, bitch. Like whoever said I had booty before, I would like to see the tapes. I would like to see it, cause as someone who has been steadily trying to dress for the booty I don't have, I was this close to getting booty pops, but they do not make them in this size. People's getting booty in 30s. I feel like that's the other thing too. Like I feel like my booty is falling because I've always had a high booty, so my booty is getting low. So now it's looking big. I hope it don't get no lower. Cause bitch, I'm gonna be dead if my booty start hitting my thigh, bitch. Woo, bitch, I pray not. I pray not. But yeah, no, it was a good dick experience. I made a joke because bitch, like, even though we use condoms, the way he was, I was like, girl, let me go make sure this shit is all out there, bitch. Because I don't play. But I was joking with him. I was like, bitch, we about to have a little baby named Rogelio. He was motherfucking annoyed with me, bitch. He's like, bitch, we ain't having no fucking kids. And I was like, bitch, I'm joking with you. Um, he was pretty decent at eating pussy. He was kind of wild though. Like he was very wild. He's one of those like start from the butt to the pussy, and I'm like, that's a lot. No, I didn't appreciate that. I feel like start with the pussy, then go to the butthole. But to me, I don't want my butthole ate. I don't know if anyone else can relate, but I'm not a butthole eating person. I don't want to eat your butthole. I don't want you to eat mine. Let's leave our buttholes out of it. Personally, I'm not against people doing butthole stuff, but I'm not here for it. With that being said, I feel like that is like the conclusion of my night. Like I basically hooked up with this dude for literally 24 hours. And then I left my notebook at his house, which was awkward as fuck. Cause if I'm being honest with you, I don't want that notebook back. Like it's not that nice. It's actually really shitty, and it would cost me $5. Um, and so that's why I was just kind of like, mm, you know, I was like, I don't know that I need that notebook back. I'm super good. Right. Like he wanted to eat it from the back to the front. I was like, sweetie, that's how you get sick. I was like, mm-mm. Okay, before I leave, I just want to say something that made me laugh. So someone in the comment section was talking about the Sam J comedy special. They're a trans masculine person who is pretty hilarious, but they had this one joke about how like white people about how like black people do not trust like white people cleaning anything, and how like if a white person cooks some food that like nobody eats it unless like, oh yeah, we texted today. I left him today. We texted and I sent him a text, or he sent me a text telling me I left my notebook, and I was like, LOL. And then he's like, it'll be safe for the next time you come over, and I was like, bitch, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, bitch. Like again, it was good dick, but it's like I don't know. Like maybe we can just be friends, but I don't feel like that's possible after we fucked as much as we did. Like I just feel like there's no way. Like I feel like he's gonna be nice or whatever, but I don't know. I don't know him. I feel like that's the other thing too. Is like as we were like hooking up and having a good time, like I feel like he's not like annoying. Like I get a vibe that he's very much like low key, lay in the cut, don't make a scene. But that's probably because of the fucking Scorpio stellium. But the Sag stellium is very chaotic, and so I feel like that's what I like about him. Again, like I feel like we just were we were mirroring each other. We have a lot of planets like in opposite places, and like I don't know. I think that there was a lot of like moments that I was like, damn, like I think we're very similar in like a destructive way. Like he had a plan to make like fried yuca with like with one of his like friends, and like I kept being like I could leave, and he's like, no, I don't want you to leave, and I was like, I don't want to leave either. So it's just like again, like it was very much like, in my opinion, like it was just a fun time that probably will never be replicated, because like I didn't feel in control at times, and I kind of liked it, but I just feel like I just don't want to be doing that. Like, because in retrospect, I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, like, was I being myself? Like, and that's the thing that sucks, because it's like, on one hand, it's like, I think so, like, at times, but then there were times where I was just kind of like going with the flow, just because, like, probably a couple reasons, but I'm not sure, like, how I really feel. Like, I think I need to, like, take my time getting all that, but as I said, like there is something about his past that has me like, yeah, I don't know, but I'm not telling y'all to be on some like this man, you guys, because like if I'm being super honest, I feel like I'm trying to like get away from cis men. Like I'm trying to be close to like agender people only, really, because like I mean some trans people that are not agender like are cool for sure, but like I'm really trying to like be around people who are like dismantling gender for themselves, so that I don't have to like perform in any kind of way. Because with him, I feel like there are moments where like even though it says agender, he kept on like making all these like, not making a lot, but like there's times where like I feel like men want to talk about like gender, but like they don't know how to talk about it, so they say shit that don't even make no sense, and it'd be awkward to talk to them, because it's like you can kind of tell like they already have like their talking points, and they're not really interested in like hearing yours. Like they just want to like talk about their talking points. And so there were definitely moments where I feel like he was like intimidated to say shit, because I feel like he may or may not have known like that it was accurate, or that he should be saying this shit. And like there are moments where he's like, oh, I hope you don't take it like wrong or like offensive, and I'm like, if you're starting off like your comment with that, maybe don't say it. Maybe go back to the drawing boards, because like I shouldn't have to like be hoping I don't take something wrong. Let's not do that. But yeah, I just feel like again, like the more you start having boundaries for shit that you want to accept for yourself, the more you'll be like, you know what, this behavior in my connection with you ain't gonna work. And it's not something that I feel good about because again, like my people pleasing ass, it's like, oh, like it's fine, but like there's things that he's doing, things he said that had me like wondering like what that means like deeper. And like there were moments where I had to tell him like we're strangers, we still don't know each other. So if I ask you something and you say of course, that doesn't make any sense. We don't know each other to say of course to anything. And that bothered him, and it was interesting because it's like you're a Sag stellium and a Scorpio stellium. Wouldn't you appreciate that? Like, wouldn't you appreciate that we do not know each other and that this is a clean slate and you get to just be who you are, and show me, and it's brand new information. Like I just feel like it bothered him that I said we're strangers. But in retrospect, I feel like that's another red flag for me because it's like we are strangers. It's gonna take work to get to know each other, and like he did ask me more questions at some point, but again, I feel like he made it very clear like he's trying to be hanging out with white people going to EDM shit. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna get too much more dick from you, man. Like I got some dick 10 good times, but I feel like yeah, I feel like I could probably just masturbate to those memories for a little bit. I feel like those memories are gonna hold me down for a while. Like I hate to say that, but like that's what sex is to me at this point, and it feels like Black Mirror type vibes, because it's like I don't even feel like I'm like enjoying sex all the time. Like at this point, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna think about the way you like choked me. Like honestly, he did some really sexy shit. Like there were just sexy moments. Like it was just so hot, and it made me mad slightly because it's like, yo, I swear, you'll have a good ass sexual experience with a dude or just good ass vibes, and then like you'll have to sit there and be like, damn, but this other shit that's like actually really fucking wild, you know? Exactly, exactly. Like again, he's not a bad looking dude. Um, but I can kind of tell like from how he's like behaving, like he's he has like the base like the starter pack of like empathy. He has like starter empathy, starter polite dude, starter nice guy. Like I just feel like I can see him so clearly that he does have a lot of shit to unpack. Who doesn't? But I just feel like he may like really rely on me to help him. Like we had a whole moment where I tried to say I asked him if somebody white was racist, and then I immediately was like, "Well, you're never gonna really know because you look white to them. Like they're gonna be fucking xenophobic towards you, but you're never gonna fucking see no anti-blackness. They're never gonna show it to you. They'll show you xenophobia. They'll call you a fucking foreigner or some fucking weird names, but they're not gonna look at you and think that you're non-white. Like they think you're white until you open your fucking mouth, babe." And he even said like as soon as I start talking, they know I'm not white. I'm like exactly. I don't want to say sex means nothing to me, but I feel like for me, at least with him, I kind of felt, and this is gonna maybe sound fucked up, but I feel like when I know that like it's not really gonna be like love and like a real thing, I'm kind of just like, mm, I might as well get some dick. But also, like, I feel like between me and you, I feel like more than getting dick, I'm getting my titties sucked. Like, that's like my main thing. Like, I usually bring my toy if I'm fucking someone, because like penetration is kind of like it's it's the Trisket of sex. It's just like to me, like yeah, it's great, but I feel like it should always be happening. Like there should always be some penetration, but there's other shit to do. And I just feel like with him, like I just basically had him like masturbate me. Like he fucked me, sure, I fucked him, but like every moment that I could, I was like suck on my titties, play with my pussy, make me come, fuck my face, It was great. But the funny thing is, like, I love praise, so that's another thing too. Is like I feel like sometimes for me, it's like once they get me off, I'm like, oh, I'm about to be crazy. I'm about to be so crazy with you. Like he was like, bitch. I also feel like the sensualness of sexuality, like, is the other aspect. It's like between me and you, I've been down bad financially. I've been down bad emotionally. I've just been down bad. I ain't been fucking on people, so it just felt good to like fuck on somebody and know that like they're chill enough to like where I don't feel like weird, and they're communicative enough to where like I know like they're not about to people please with me or whatever. Like maybe I don't know that, but like they've been pretty direct. Like I made sure that we had a direct communication before I even bothered to like meet up with them. But like he's the type of person that's like, can I call you? Like he doesn't think text is like fast enough or intimate enough, and I'm like, so that's what really had me like dealing with his ass really in the beginning. Cause I'm like, oh, absolutely. Akasha, it can be hard to like not know. Not you can compartmentalize. I mean, perhaps, but again, the thing that I'm not sharing with y'all, I feel like if I did share it, y'all would be like, nah. And that's why I'm like, mm. And I'm not saying that I share everything with y'all, but I feel like most of the things I share are things that like they don't they don't they don't make me feel any type of way. They just are what they are. But I feel like with him, like unless I get more information, I don't want to speak on it because it's like I didn't get enough information to know anything, but I have feelings around what I think I know or have heard. And so again, I don't want to jump to a conclusion, but there's definitely some like unresolved business in Puerto Rico. And I'm just like, what that mean? Because again, certain situations, like I'll just say this, sometimes like I don't think that like men are always repeating their behavior, but there's some moments where it's like, oh damn, like the stakes were that low for you. Okay, so that's where I'm at. Like I just feel like I don't want to hold him accountable for how he used to be, but there's a part of me that's kind of just like, hmm, or who he was or what was happening or things I don't know about. I don't want to be that person, but there's just a part of me that's just like, like what I've been told or what I've heard already spell to me, like just potential disaster, bitch. So I just feel like again, there was nothing about this connection that had me like, we're gonna get married. I love him. Like I'm trying to remind myself like if somebody compared me to him, would I feel good? And like as of right now, on the fence because it's like he does seem to be in socially around other people. He seems to be very great, but I'm still sitting with the fact that like 3 months, man. I need 3 months of consistent behavior before I can even say some shit about you. And it's like I've known you one day, fucked you 10 times. Now who's fucked up? Me, because I fucking crossed my own boundary, which, you know, I don't really care. Like, again, I wanted to fuck. Do I think sex is meaningless? No. It meant that I was horny. They were horny. And we enjoyed each other. Um, it's like tattoos to me. It's like some people get a tattoo and it's like they've been waiting to get that shit since they was a baby. They can't wait to get this tattoo. Like some people treat sex like that. Like they're like, I can't wait to get my pussy and my back blown out. Like they're so excited. And I get it. I was a virgin once too. But with that being said, like once you start to have sexual experience, once you start to gain sexual experience, because I feel like I hate the idea of virginity, but I know people still use it. But once you start gaining sexual experience, I do think you start to, and again, with the tattoo people, you may get a big piece at like 18 or whatever, but at some point, you're gonna get a little piece that's like silly as hell, means maybe nothing, and that's okay. Like it still has some value, right? Like it don't gotta mean everything, and that's how I think about sex. I feel like there's some experiences you have with people, or you may go into something thinking like, oh my god, like they're gonna put the dick like this. I'm gonna do to my pussy like this. Like you really be trying to play by play that shit in your head, and then when you get in the bed, your period started, or you dookied on yourself. It be like that sometimes. Like real talk. So I just feel like in this moment, like I didn't expect to fuck him, but when I decided to, it was honestly it was based on the fact that like it seemed to me that like he was a good dude in this environment, in this collective. Like he was like the guy that was polite, you know? That doesn't mean anything really, but you know, I wanted to follow my instincts. But again, in 3 months, if I still know this man, I'll have more info. But as it stands right now, great penis. I did invite him over for Christmas. Before we had deeper combos, I was just thinking like, baby, you're from Puerto Rico. Um, I mean, I feel like me masturbating is sex with myself, which is still a form of sexual experience. Um, polite and great peen, right, Johnny B? But I did want to fuck somebody. Like I wanted to be fucked. More importantly, I wanted to be cuddled. To be honest with you, like that's what we even talked about doing. Like we both consented to cuddling if we were feeling it. And like at some point, he was like, "We're gonna go cuddle," and I was like, "Awesome." And then the cuddling led to more. I'm gonna be so for real. But I just wanted some physical contact because again, I haven't cuddled with anybody in like so long, and cuddling is so nice. So that was my main desire. And the next thing you know, there was a dick on my back. Then it was in my mouth. My pussy was in his mouth. It was a lot, bitch. It was so much, so much. But I'm glad. I'm glad it happened to me. Because I needed that shit. And I also feel like, again, you know, who hasn't fucked a demon? That's where I'm at. Like, me and my friend were just talking about how we've all fucked some, like, real demonic, weird people, like, that didn't treat us good. I feel like, from what I experienced from him, he treated me decent, but I'm not sitting here like, I gotta get that shit again. Like, it feels good to be in a place where it's like, I got enough dick from you, man. If I have to go back, I may. But again, like, I don't know if he's gonna take me up on Christmas. As I said, like, he's from Puerto Rico. He doesn't have any family out here. And yeah, I thought I might get some Christmas dick. Sure. Maybe, maybe birthday dick. I don't know. I'll see you in court. Okay? Because that's wild. Like, that's wild. Like, you were in my business and you made me say it. And I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you. But yeah, no, I was trying to get some Christmas dick, bitch. Honestly, I was like, hey, what are you doing for the events coming in the end of the month? Because again, bitch, the dick was dickmatizing me. Like at one point, I told him straight up, I was like, I'm dickmatized. I need to get some help. He didn't care. He loved it. Honestly, he very devilish. Like he very sensual. Like bitch, let me stop. Let me stop. Again, is anything happening with this man? No. Do I want something to happen with this man? Mm. Like the whore in me, the slut in me, the trollop is like, yes. But the upstanding citizen of Townsville is like, mm. But again, who knows what time is gonna reveal? Who knows? Like maybe this man is a portal to my new man. You know, my man, my man, my man. Let me stop. But I'm just saying, like, I met this Uber driver tonight. He put me on to some Afro Beats festivals, so maybe that was the point of me meeting Axel. Was for me to meet Bahari. I don't fucking know, bitch. I can't call it. But I know for me, I know for my brain, my life. Oh, shout out to people who don't have a lot of sexual experience yet. Between me and you, like one thing that I would say is important to think about before sexual experience is, do you have a sexual desire for yourself. Because when you fuck with other people, you're gonna notice that they have preconditioned, they have like predetermined things that they're gonna want from you and from the connection. And when I was a person with little sexual experience, I didn't realize that I was at the mercy of these other people and their desires. And I feel like that's partly like what happened with the dude last night. It's like I didn't realize that, like, you know, the lack of conversation around desires and what we like and what is sex to us, it can be dangerous because, like, again, at some point we did have to have a convo about consent and safe words and shit like that. But if you don't go into it like that, then you can be harmed. So just consider like what you like the most, because you may fuck around with somebody and fuck around doing what they like. And I know that firsthand. Like just trying to fit myself into what my partner wanted me to be versus tapping into what makes me get horny, what helps me feel connected sexually. So that's the only advice I feel comfortable sharing with someone without sexual experience is experience sex on your terms and in your ways and stay curious. You know, maybe go on FetLife, maybe go on Field, FEELD, and just see if like people want to be friends. See if there's a munch around you. There's places where other queer people can meet up. Yeah, strawberry emoji. I appreciate you for saying that. Kita, yes. Sex can absolutely change how you see a person and how you see yourself. Damn. I just want you to know that you don't owe anybody hand jobs. Like, I know that you can, trust me, like, I've totally given a hand job. I've totally sucked a dick because I was worried too. But you don't deserve to be doing that shit. Like, that's fucking sexual intimidation. And I'm sorry that happened, but I need you to know it's not your fault. Like, being in situations where someone's driving or the power is imbalanced, like, you'll do a lot of things to, like, get through that moment. So please know that, like, you're not alone. Like, a lot of men put us in weird situations where we feel like it's easier to just fuck them than like get away. So you have every like every all my sympathy, all my empathy, because it's like that situation is like so fucking common. Like I've definitely fucked people to just like be safe. So exactly. Yes, Eric, thank you so much. Yeah, no, I feel like we've all like unfortunately like experienced so much like different and similar trauma that I feel like it's worth it to like, you know, if possible, like talk to a therapist or someone who is like sex positive and wants to offer you information on like sex. But I feel like again, I'm hoping that it's rooted in like just sharing information and not trying to like make you operate a particular way. Cause sex is mad random. People just fart and like start coughing bad. Like people be falling off the bed, bitch, getting fucking concussions and shit. It's very wild. Like when you really think about like the ritual of sex, like people be trying to do it everywhere and you really can't. People be trying to do all different types of positions and not everybody could do that. Like it's just a lot of things that like take communication and sex is one of them. And yet so many of us fuck people without talking to them and it's so wild. But as we just talked about here, sometimes people don't even need to tell you that you're in danger. You can feel it in your body, and then your body does what? Tries to keep you safe by sucking a dick. And people will look at you like, oh, you wanted to suck that dick. But it's like, no, bitch. I felt the rage of that man. He didn't have to say shit. He scared me. Absolutely. You're so welcome. Yes, yes, Eric. Them boundaries. Them boundaries. And some of us are still learning that shit today. Some of us have fucked many people and are still learning all of this shit today. So just keep that in mind. Like, no matter how many sexual partners you have, like, you're never done learning. Nobody is good at sex. The only people who are quote unquote good at sex are people who are good at listening to sexual partners. And that only means that they're good at listening. Doesn't mean that they're good at having sex with every person. That's wild to think. But some people really be saying anything these days, don't they? Um, Tashi, exactly. But yeah, I'm about to dip on out of here. I do appreciate y'all for holding space for me. I do want to say, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Like, this was a lot. Like, there were a lot of emotions in here. The video started off very pointed, very direct, got a little emotional. Well, it's always emotional, but it got a little spicy, and then it turned into what it is now, which is what I appreciate. But I also want to say, like, I don't care like if you're like a creator or you just post like pictures of whatever the fuck, you still deserve respect. Like, I know that some people may think that like desiring respect on like public forums or like your personal page or whatever is like futile, but I feel like it's a very small thing to desire and request. It seems to me at least very small. Um and I want folks to know, like, if you create something or you talk about stuff somewhere, like, people don't have the right to like use their access to like try to diminish you or make you feel like you're doing too much. Like, it's okay for people to not appreciate you, but like, let's consider how people are talking about you to see if it's even worth your time. Because sometimes like people speak on us and they really don't have the fucking range. Like, that's the thing. Some people speak on us and it's like, how could you get there in good faith? And I'm saying that to myself. Like, there are times where I'll make a snap judgment on somebody or very quickly appraise a situation that I couldn't possibly know. So I understand that I come here and I talk a lot. If there's something that you really don't understand, I don't want to say I'm not open to answering questions, but I just feel like some folks are asking questions that, to me, give a vibe of like, well, why aren't you doing this? Well, why aren't you here? Because I'm not. What else? You know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe. Like, I'm not going to try to keep on explaining myself. If you don't understand, maybe it's not time. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not trying to make it seem like you don't get it. You're not smart. You have to just go. No, like maybe you're just not in the space to hold what I'm saying. That's a real thing, right? Like, I'm sure all of us have been in a place where we think back to some advice or just something said, and we're like, damn, I didn't appreciate that at the time. That's it. I mean, here's the thing. We all end up talking about everything. Like, as we fucking should. Like, shouldn't we, like, be exposing our own, ways of just making mistakes, ways of, like, relating to people that just didn't really add up to like what we really wanted, like in terms of like vulnerability and like authenticity. Like, I never want to make it seem like I know better than other people, because I'm very aware that I know very little. I'm listening and trying to hear and trying to uplift, but I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna make mistakes, and I want to be someone that's like willing to hear people, but I also feel like we have to be paying attention to how people bring shit to us. And there's ways to bring shit to people that doesn't result in people being like, you know what? It's a no from me. Like, there's ways to say shit with grace and love, and that's all I'm offering. Is that like, if you don't want to be gracious or be empathetic, maybe don't say it to me. Cause I don't have a lot of room for shit that's not empathetic and kind. I just don't. And I can understand if people are like, oh, well, you haven't been empathetic and kind in this situation or that one. Okay, I accept that, like, I have not been a perfect person. What else though? Like, I just want people to consider, whenever we're trying to punish people or try to hurt them, or that, like, we have to really ask ourselves, like, why do we want to be the one holding the gun, the knife. Like, why do we want to be the one that's putting harm in somebody's body? I just want to think about that because it happens to us all. We all have moments where we like really want someone to suffer, or we really want to get back. For what? Like, if you perceive somebody as not doing things that you want to see them do, play Sims, and then you can control that person. But I don't think everybody be thinking when they say certain shit, because I think they want to just get it off their chest that they think like, oh, you're just like poor and you haven't done this or that right. Like, okay, I bet that felt good to say, you know? Like, but then again, maybe it didn't. Because again, I've done the thing where I said something to somebody because they were saying something to me. And the reality is, bitch, that wasn't even in my heart. I pulled that shit out my ass. Because what? Because shame. You trying to hurt me, I'm gonna try to hurt you back. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, sometimes I feel like we don't be thinking about how, like, we just like really trying to hurt somebody and we're hurting. Like, we're already hurting. And we won't sit with it. We won't dismantle that. We can't dismantle that. So again, I don't leave here on some like, I'm happy that me and this person had conflict or me and these other people had conflict. Who the fuck wanna have conflict, bitches? YouTube, ho? The fuck? I want to come on here and laugh with y'all for real, because it be feeling like the end of the world, right? Like, I know I'm not alone in that. I know it's feeling like World War III, right? I know it's feeling like Great Recession, right? It's giving that, right? Oh, Chun-Li, when you were asking me why I wasn't on TikTok, it's like I get it. Like, people want me to like win in these kind of ways, and it's like I'm hearing you, but I also need to fucking survive through all of this shit. And so if I'm not like in this place or that place or doing this or that, I'm just not. And like I'm not about to beat myself up about it, you know? Like that's just Jay Green, thank you. Like this is the motherfucking end of times, ho. The fuck I look like fighting with y'all, bitch. I'm trying to connect with y'all so we can figure something out. Cause what the fuck? Like I only come here to talk about a couple things. Like how the fuck we can work together as people. Being autistic, narcissistic family members, being a fat bitch, trying to get my back blown out, like anti-blackness, motherfucking how my mixed ass don't be seeing it all the time, being a light skinned person, and how there's no way for me to know about colorism. I'm just hearing about it. Like the only reason why me as a light skinned person even hears about colorism is because I've been listening to the most marginalized. The only reason why I have things to say is because somebody is resisting. So I'm just, again, I'm trying to do so much, but I'm also not trying to act like I'm the strongest soldier. I'm not. That's okay. Anyways, I really hope that y'all give yourselves a break because, bitch, nobody even thought you was going to do all that. And it's okay. Like, you can do something tomorrow. Today might be done. I think it's past midnight. It's okay if today is done. Tomorrow you may be able to, do your thing, do your big one. If not tomorrow, bitch, maybe in the new year. But don't beat yourself up just because you didn't get where the fuck you were supposed to be. Maybe, bitch, where you're supposed to be is right the fuck here. But maybe how you're supposed to feel about it is with a little bit more grace. Like, bitch, like really, like let yourself breathe. Like, it's some of y'all out here, I could tell y'all not letting yourselves even fucking breathe, bitch. And again, I speak from my own experience. Like, if I'm not letting myself breathe, why the fuck would I want you to breathe? If I'm holding myself to a super high standard, why the fuck would I want to see you seemingly doing less? Like, that's what I feel like I'm dealing with. Is like people just like surprised that I'm not willing to beat my own ass. No shade. But I feel like I've been doing that. I've been beating my own ass. I've been internally beating my own ass. I'm not doing it no more. And I think it's funny that like when you choose to be like loving yourself and having grace, it's just so like, and it's not really funny, but it's just like, damn, like the amount of people that's like coming for me, and I'm just trying to make a way for me to survive through the end of times so that I can like know for myself, like I'm not crazy. This shit feeling really wild, and getting through it is not feeling like guaranteed. like I said, I hope y'all give yourselves a fucking break. Eat a snack, smoke that fat blunt. If you're a cocaine girl, I'm not saying do cocaine, but if you already doing it, girl, get your drugs. Get your drugs, babe. We believe in harm reduction in this house, okay? It's a whore home, not a whore house, okay? We believe that like people are gonna do drugs. Honestly, drugs are the best part of being homeless. Somebody said that in this chat, and I just want you to know, when you embroider that on a hoodie, I will be buying it. Cause if that ain't the truth, being homeless and having drugs, it could change a lot of things. Anyways, I'm gonna say one more thing. I feel like the shit that I be saying, bitch, high key, like no tea, no shade. If I wasn't me, bitch, I would be saying this shit outside of a Taco Bell with a cup. And motherfuckers would not even be giving me 21 likes, bitch. I wouldn't even get 21 likes. I just want to hold that, like, I am privileged in the respect that I have access to the internet and a platform to speak and people who listen to me. I'm grateful as fuck for that. But I also feel like if y'all seen somebody with my energy at the Taco Bell, y'all might not talk to that bitch. And I'm not saying that you should, but I'm just saying, like, people who are poor, who are, like, neurodivergent, like, we have so much to offer, but people be thinking we're crackheads. Like, that's the saddest part. Is like, we have crackhead energy, but we're not crackheads. But at the same time, no shade to crackheads. Just saying though, like, people really liken like people who are neurodivergent to people who are like on drugs. So I feel like even us doing drugs makes us seemingly look worse, or makes it seem like we're less able to be empathized with because, well, that's why they're fucked up. They're doing drugs. Yo, and that's the thing, Katie Blue. Like, I feel like people don't want to hold that, like, a lot of autistic people are not likable. And it's not like I'm saying that to be mean. I'm saying that we're not concerned with fitting in. And because we're not concerned with fitting in and we're more concerned with so many other things, people be really taking that as, like, personal. Like, oh, you're not trying to get liked. You're not trying to be like moving and operating for my approval. Some people really take that shit to heart, and like, you know, people like that. You know, some people that be like, oh, they acting different, they acting weird. That's why you don't like them, because they're not behaving like you. And so just knowing that, that's how some people think. Like, if I'm not acting like you, I'm off, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm not trying to get your love, your affection. Oh, I'm weird. The narcissism be loud as fuck. And I don't think motherfuckers be realizing it, but whew, I'm tired of fighting. I'm not fighting nobody. Like, if you think I'm trash, you think I'm weird, you think I'm lying, that's fine. What next? On some fucking Azalea Banks. What next? What do we do? Like, I really be wondering that, honestly. Especially when you know that the person you're talking to is fucking housing insecure and you know that they have things going on. Oh, another thing, and this is my last thing, I promise you. For the socials saying that people are addicted to the struggle, it's like, bro, I feel like I come here and I try to share like my delights, my uplifts, because I know that if I shared all the trauma I ever went through, people would probably be like, oh, this bitch went through so much. Yes, I used to really worry about people liking me on the internet, even if it didn't seem like it. Even if it might have not seemed that way, I very much was worried about people liking me. And like, some of my behavior was to get support and be liked. And it doesn't matter like if people think they saw it or they didn't, or if people see like how I'm operating now or behaving now and think that is not real, like, that's fine. Like, I don't think anyone owes me anything, like, other than like the respect to leave me alone. Like, that's it. Like, I will never go to nobody's page and be like, I don't think that you have autism, or I don't think that you have this thing that you're saying. Like, I don't see the point in that. Like, I don't know. Again, not to make myself seem like better or just more evolved. It's just like, you know? I'd be like, Because I know y'all not in everybody comment section who's self-diagnosing, telling them that they're being disrespectful. You know? I mean, Akasha, everybody's welcome. I feel like my only desire is that people just consider the implications of what they say. Because if you're telling me that I'm being disrespectful for naming that I'm autistic, where do we go from there? I just feel like some people may not hold that, like, when you make value statements, value judgments on people, it's like, where are we going next? To hell. Because you're accusing people of shit, you're naming things, you're not being curious. And that's the thing. That's when you know a relationship is dead. And I want people to hold that. I know I said this is my last thing, but it really is not. But if people are telling you what you did, telling you what you're doing, instead of asking you, getting more information. I said this in the last live, you know? Could you elaborate on that? That's a great thing to say. Especially if you really are feeling like somebody's being fake or weird. Be like, oh, when you said this, would you mind elaborating? Like that's it. Like they could have asked me any question about my autistic self diagnosis and I would have been super candid. But to tell me that I'm being disrespectful to people who are autistic because you don't see me as autistic when I've literally told you, and then they're the same person that was like, I've been following you for a long time. You never said you were autistic. Sweetie, I thought autism was what everybody else thought autism was. The white people with the fucking trains. Like, again, new information comes out all the time. And I just really hope people start thinking about that. About how, like, how whiteness affects us in ways that, like, we may not want to believe or hold all the time. I just feel like they were frustrated probably because, again, I've performed like I'm allistic. I'm about to fart. I'm so sorry. I tried to hold it for so long. Bitch, it's been a farty day. And they all sound hilarious. Listen, I'm about to take my stinking ass on, but I'm just saying, like, I think, like, we're all getting new information, and I hope that we can sit with it. Because, like, sometimes it's hard as fuck to believe, like, people are giving us new information. Like, sometimes I think it's easier to believe, like, people are lying or being shady or, like, trying to get attention. Like, they were saying that, like, they were basically alluding to that, like, that I was trying to, like, align myself, and I just was like, whoa. I feel like casually mentioning, like, a self-diagnosis, in my honest opinion, I just feel like, like, you could just delete. I don't know. But at the same time, I do think that, like, when people are talking about, like, how they're feeling, like, neurodivergent wise, like, I think, like, the best thing to do is just listen and hold space. Like, no one's really, like, unless you're their doctor, no one's really going to you for that, to be invalidated. Like that's the other part. It's like if someone tells you in a YouTube video, like a live, like, oh, like I'm autistic or whatever, but like, I just don't even know what would happen next. Like you say, like, I don't think you're autistic, and then what happens? I just disappear. Or a doctor appears and says you have 2 years before we can make a diagnosis on you, because that's the other thing. It's a 2 year waiting list just to be seen to be diagnosed. So there's like a cruelty to being like, bitch, you ain't waited them 2 years. It's like, no shit, asshole. I've been fucking homeless for like most of them. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what? I mean, here's my thing. I could understand if I was like trying to be like a fucking advocate for autism awareness. That would be fucking insane, personally, because I'm not doing anything of the sort. Like, I just feel like some people have been aggy for a little bit. And like, again, I'm not the person that I was when I started the channel. I started the channel when I was 17 years old. I think it's a great thing that at about 34 years old, there's a change. Personally, I'm glad to see that I'm no longer operating out of like the fight or flight fucking, I don't even know. I can't even like diagnose myself accurately because it's like, who knows what it was? Trauma, being raised by white people, being around white people, thinking I was safe around white people. There's so many things that I can be like, what was fucking me up? And so it's just like to be sitting with amongst fellow people who are autistic, um, and just be in spaces where I feel seen and held. Like, I'm not the only autistic person, like, in my friend group. Like, it's just one of those things where, also, I want to say, my fucking, I just remember, like, hanging out with so many autistic people and them just, like, naming things that I was doing or just having really great conversations about how we were doing the same shit. Right. I also think that, like, when we talk about autism, people really be thinking like it's not your friend that's like hyper masking. Like, there are a lot of people, like, I feel like people don't think about how, like, I'm fat and I'm not white, so I had to be funny. Like, I had to, like, actually learn how to be hilarious. I had to learn how to be like like, I was telling this fucking man, women in our society are taught to become something, whereas men are always actualized. And so I had to learn how to give comebacks, be shady. Like, I had to learn a lot of things to survive because there's a tribal system that literally says, hey, this one, yeah, they're fat, but they're not white. So, like, they've got to, like, lead with comedy, entertainment, musicality. Like, people don't really think about how, like, there are, like, fat girlies that are very quiet, very much to themselves, very much mind their business, but people will really project on us how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be that fat fun girl. And if we're not, then bitch, why are you here? Like, I met a lot of fat girlies that are like introverted and like they don't get invited to the party. It be the fat bitches that be boisterous and be a spectacle. And it's fucked up to say that, but it's the truth. And so I feel like acknowledging that I had to spectacleize, seeing other fat people try to roast themselves to get friendship and connection. I saw a lot of fat people maneuvering all types of ways, and I had to figure out what kind of fat bitch I was gonna be, cause I wasn't about to be calling myself no fat bitch and be making fun of myself all the time. But I seen that, like, there are fat people that may be autistic and think to this day, oh, I gotta roast myself first to make people feel comfortable to be my friend and to like me. That's the thing. Just like I'm sure in some ways there are people who are like, you know, there could be people of color who like put down their race in front of white people because they feel like that's the only way to be close to somebody white is to be preemptively pejorative towards themselves, their culture. I've seen that shit. I've seen queer people act as if like that straight person in the friend group saying certain shit made sense, and it was just like, But again, all of us are operating on different types of time, different type of information, different types of. But Kita, I feel like we all know somebody fat who be doing the most to be making it seem like, oh, I'm just a fat. Like, I know some fat people who just be making me feel like uncomfortable because I'm like, sweetie, don't do that. Like, yeah, we are fat, but don't be doing that to the brand. And I'm not trying to play them. I'm just like, we don't gotta all be comedians. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. But again, like think about how many fat people you've seen. Like, especially if you're a fat person, think about how you see certain fat people operate. Like, I just feel like it's very much choose your own fucking adventure. I want to say. Oh, absolutely. Like, being a fat person is wild. It's very wild. Because people try to like roast you from the door. People look at you and try to roast you with a look. People do a lot of fucked up shit to fat people. Like, I feel like as a fat person, I feel like I'm always thinking like there's this ways that I think that skinny people I know don't be thinking. I know they don't be thinking about it all the time, bitch. I be trying to catch different angles of myself to make sure, I'm not looking crazy out here, like in ways that I know skinny people don't even be worried about. Like the way that fat people be worried to sit down on a chair, the way we be worried to stand up because of some sweat marks or some shit. Like the ways we be worried to do certain shit, because as soon as if we let us fucking wobble, let us fucking stumble, them motherfuckers is like, oh, the fat bitch about to go. It just be so much, and we trying to carry all that and just go do our life. A lot of us are not okay, and like again, Like when you see people performing a certain way, you think you gotta act that way too to like get by. And at some point you may find, oh, I didn't have to do that. Or I did, but because of anti blackness and ableism, not because I just deserve that. Oh my god, Kita. That's wild as fuck. But you see what I'm saying? Like, even like the physical, like the ways that people give you a look like you're a fat bitch. And it's just like, people say microaggression, but I don't think that's a microaggression personally. I know it's a micro because they're not being direct and like it's very much like vague seemingly, and others would not necessarily catch it. But I disagree. I feel like there's just some shit that you do that's actually a macroaggression. Other people might not call it that though. Again, other people might not call it that. Absolutely. I appreciate everybody for breaking their silence on this topic. Cause again, where's the chicken noodle soup? Where's the chicken noodle soup for the fat bitch soul? They got chicken noodle soup book for everybody, bitch. Where is the chicken noodle soup for the fat bitch soul? Do we gotta write it, y'all? Do we gotta get an anthology or something? Cause I'm telling you, the way I'm about to have a passage about shoes leaning over, the way I'm about to have a passage about how about chub rub and your favorite jeans ripping right in the pussy part, and you're not a seamstress, and you got them shits from Torah 3 years ago, and they don't make them no more, bitch. So you'll never wear those pants again. The devastation. All right, cause we need a chicken noodle soup for fat bitch soul. I swear, skinny people can buy the same pair of shoes, pants, cardigans for their whole life. Let your fat ass find a good ass pair of pants, sturdy. This shit is made by motherfucking J.G. Wentworth, bitch. And you're like, bitch, ain't that a motherfucking a loan spot? Yes. But at one point, they used to sell fat bitch clothes. Like, it be shit like that. You be like, wait, this motherfucker, these pants is by T-Mobile. And it's like, yeah, bitch, because back in the day, T-Mobile used to do fat bitch fashions. And now they doing phones. And now you can't never find them pants again. It'd be some silly shit like that. Oh, the blisters. Listen, I'm being so serious. Like I really feel like I'm about to rate. Like I feel like I can't call it chicken noodle soup because you know people like to sue, bitch. I might have to call it like puzzle or some shit. I might have to call it motherfucking chowder for the fat bitch soul, bitch. I'm just saying, like you know what I mean though. When you're fat, the brands don't be branding, bitch. It be like it just be saying something different, like Eartha. It just be saying like Eartha. It's like who's Eartha? And it's like a brand that's on Temu exclusively, bitch. It's like everything's 80 cents, but then like the shipping is $20. It's shit like that. It's like what have that bitches done to the world to deserve this? Like how I got a big back, but y'all don't want to put nothing on it. What's going on? Like that's crazy. Like, how y'all hate fat bitches, but y'all don't want to give us no clothes? Like, what you expecting us to wear, bitch? Nothing? Are we supposed to be dead? Like, I be really thinking about shit like that. You feel me? Like, the fat bitch fashions really be giving, like, you go to your fucking career, and then maybe you go on a cruise, bitch. But you ain't going too many places, bitch. Even the lounge wear be giving like I'm going to Pier 1 all day. Like I don't know, bitch. Cheddar broccoli soup. Yes, cheddar broccoli soup for the fat bitch soul. Or maybe a bread bowl for the fat bitch soul, bitch, honestly. And it's just like a bread bowl with other bread bowls in it. I don't know. It could be too meta. It could be too silly. But anyways, I just want to say thank y'all for hanging out with me and laughing because, bitch, I needed that. Also, thank you for helping me emotionally process my dick appointment. Why my friend called it a dointment? I was like, we will never be typing that again. Right, the moo-moos be taking me out. It's like, bitch, not everybody's smoking a blunt after getting their back blown out in their grandmother's trailer. Like, y'all are fucked up for this. Because a moo A lot of times, bitch, and what is going on? They all want to be cheetah or Libra. Libra. It's cheetah print, zebra print, tiger. It's them three, bitch. It's cheetah, zebra, and tiger. What have those three animals done to deserve this? I swear I don't never really see skinny people in no tiger print. But they love giving a fat bitch a tiger print. Feel free to discuss this in the comments if you get that far, but yeah, I'm not here for it. And especially the zebra shit. The zebra shit be throwing me. Cause I'm like, are people really loving zebra? But you know what? Somebody likes zebra. Let me not do that. Cause I know somebody's out there, they like zebra. But I'm just like, what is going on? I've been seeing a lot of giraffe too. I'm like, who is asking for this? Leave the giraffes alone. The cow print is crazy. Whenever I see the cow print in the fat bitch store, I be like, are y'all okay? I feel like that animal should not even be on there, bitch. You should not even put nothing cow related, bitch. It's too close to home, girl. Like, no cow, no pig, bitch. No moo, no oink, bitch. What's going on with you? Like, y'all are trying to be funny. Not the senior. Oh, the flower, the floral. I don't hate floral, but like the floral be floraling, don't it? It's like, why everybody need to be wearing a magnolia? What's going on? Or like every color sunflower. Like, I don't understand that. They love the sunflowers, don't they? Every motherfucking color of sunflower that they could ever find or think about, it be on there. And I hate that shit too. Thank y'all so much for just listening to me. Honestly, I had a lot of rants in me about the plus size community and things. Why are y'all up so late? Bitch, is it really late? Damn, we've been here for a minute. Damn, bitch, we've been here for almost fucking 4 hours, ho. Wait. No. 2 hours. 2 hours and... Yeah, 2 hours and like 30 something minutes. It's one... Oh my god. Damn, bitch. Okay. Well... I had fun. I love y'all. Thank you for chilling.